Game On Bahamas, the all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook.
Hey y'all, this is John Quell Jones.
This is Mike Strong with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yo, it's your boy Buddy Hill. This is Jazz the Kid Chisholm.
Clay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors.
And you are logged into
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
10th year seniors.
You're logged in with 10 year senior.
You dig?
Welcome to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9 and brought to you by our wonderful benefactors at Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, the biggest and best sportsbook in the country. I'm Ronaldo, and we had a taste of rivalry week. Did I say it right?
It was better than the first.
Okay. And it was pretty awesome.
I'm Ricardo. The Patriots are back. I'm actually able to say that now.
I'm Joe Mark, and I told you Buffalo was going to get beat.
Yeah, the most surprising result of the football weekend for NFL Week 10 for everybody except John. I gotta say, that had to be the one that, but we're gonna get to that later in the Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook Hour. Our first hour, we wanna go, what's the lead? And I want to start with a very local flair. I wanna start with BAISS Sports. And I say we had a taste of rivalry. What I say? I say we had a taste of rivalry.
See, rivalry week.
I say we had a taste of rivalry week because the only thing, well, I don't want to say the only thing, but I feel like the two sporting factions that captures the zeitgeist of the Bahamian public has to be SAC and QC. There's nothing else that does it at any level. And I'm talking about sports across the board. There's nothing that captures it like those two. Now, within that, I think it's only track and field that grabs national attention, but because of track and field, I think that trickles down to the other sports. So when we saw that softball and baseball championships, 3 out of the 4 were between SAC and QC, I was like, here you go. Rivalry week.
Yeah, no, it's always, look, I'll say this. It's a healthy relationship when it comes to sports and rivalries because you want to be able to go and watch something, even though it might not be your team. You know how heated these things get. Like, everyone watches, Kentucky, Louisville. Unfortunately, they didn't go the way that.
I mean, like we 2 minutes in. We 2 minutes in, and we didn't have to bring that up or talk about it at all.
I actually want to hear a lot more.
We don't need to hear about it. We're talking about rivalry week.
Yeah, so that's one thing. But we know everything leads up to BISS track and field, and track and field is always going to be the key thing. But now, it's good that it trickles into the other sports because it just gives it more, more meat. Let's just put it that way.
And
Jesus Christ.
Shut up. And I think it's great that it happens in the first sport because all of that builds the anticipation. All of that builds, it leads to the buildup of that. I don't know what's missing with us because, and by us, I mean us as a sporting culture, right? Because the rivalries and well, I don't want to say animosity because that may be too strong of a word, but just the fact that you have these two factions going against each other, I think that's the point of this whole thing, right? That kind of drives everything. That drives school spirit. That could drive revenue. It can do so much different things in terms of just getting people interested. And starting with baseball, John is absolutely right. We know the apex of it is when you get to track. But for it to start with baseball, I think it's the rising tide that lifts all ships.
You probably be mad at me, but I'm going to say it. The thing that's missing is the narratives. We don't do a good job in sports media in this country setting the narratives. Of course, when I say that, I don't mean this circle here. I'm talking about generally.
No, we definitely don't set a narrative for that sport.
So even going into this, if we had the build-up, if we had the idea and the pitch being that, hey, this could be the season that we get QC versus SAC, baseball, softball, and we see that. We see these games live. We see these games covered in the press constantly. Then you build that, you call it animosity, I call it hype. You build the hype between the two schools that every time a matchup happens, it's something to look forward to. Every time, you have a big play, it's on the front page. The perfect photo is there. Those are the things that kind of build it up.
You got to have it. You have to have the perceived, and I'm doing air quotes, y'all can't see this because this is an audio medium, but you have to have the good versus evil, right?
Yeah.
Because that makes a story. I mean, to most people, not to us, to most people.
And when we say evil, we don't mean that sort of.
I use the air quotes.
Yeah. We mean more so in terms of good versus bad, like
Most local, let's call a spade. Because of sustained success,
that. Yeah.
most local Bahamian sports or high school sports fans, they consider soccer the evil empire.
Yeah.
That's I don't think that's too far out of bounds to say that.
Yeah.
I don't, because I enjoy, and none of us went there. I don't, because I enjoy sustained success. I like to see it. So you need you need them as a part of the story.
You need the villain.
You don't have the underdog story without having.
But see, in this case, QC is not an underdog.
Not anymore.
But
Not anymore. No,
From
no,
a
no.
softball, baseball standpoint, they haven't been an underdog in a couple of years.
Quite some time. So
Yeah.
the key to all of this is, look, if you get the most kids that play in the leagues, if you get the most kids that go to an academy, so if they play at JBLN or at Freedom Farm or you're in one of the academies, if you get more of those kids, you're likely to win. So so that's how this particular sport
So,
works.
in fact, that's what we should do today. We should, quote unquote, build a narrative. We should go ahead and this is not good versus evil. This is the clash of the titans. This is the two teams that did their due diligence to build the rosters capable of capturing these championships. This is what they did all summer. Now we're seeing the fruits of those.
They gave scholarships out?
We're gonna get to that eventually, but I think the fact that they meet in multiple divisions, right? So we can start with the junior girls. So in the junior girls, the SAC won over QC. Senior girls, QC won over SAC. Junior boys, they spoiled the entire party. So junior boys, it was St. Anne's winning
Shout out
back
to
to
St.
back.
Anne's.
St. Anne's has built a pretty strong baseball program.
Man, if you keep hearing people talk.
So but here's the thing. So when
and they
we
heavy in the East, by the way.
yeah,
so.
when we grew up, we were playing softball.
Yeah.
How different, and I don't think it'll be any different because SAC was dominating at that time. St. Andrews had a pretty decent, because those are where people who played baseball went to school. But how different do you think it would have been if we played baseball in our time? Do you think there would have been a difference of the amount of the baseball boom coming earlier than later?
I think absolutely that would have happened, because for years, people that were trying to develop the sport and push it forward, I would always hear them say, boys ain't getting no softball scholarships.
No.
Like, what is the ceiling for where a boy is going to play softball? Yeah, you could play it recreationally as an adult after the fact, but if you're planning to have a career, you ain't gonna have one in softball.
I will say this. When we were at the the Blue Hill complex, the sporting complex, and I saw it was slow pitch or regular, boy, my goodness.
Be careful, John.
When I mean the passion that they have for that sport.
It is second only to John Canoe.
Yeah, no. That is insane just watching them. And it's just like, the funniest part was it happened in the game. It's a slow pitch, so you're expecting to just hit bombs all the time. But if you miss one, the heckling you get out of that it's worse than you might as well strike out. Just strike out.
Listen to me. And we laughed at this in jest, I think, from last year. Y'all know they're going to the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
What's
the update? Look, one thing.
Was it Masters?
Yeah.
Old timers, right.
Well, so what's up with all this thing? Tennis going to court, softball going to court.
If you know why I keep calling it Masters. If you know why old timers softball went all the way to the highest court in the land, you can inform us. Email us at info@10ys.
We didn't make that WhatsApp group yet.
We did not make the WhatsApp group yet. We say that, but I think y'all kind of afraid of that as well. You should be. But yeah, going to the softball and how things changed, I think everyone is happy that they implemented baseball for boys, because you see the direction of where the country was going in terms of the baseball talent that we were producing. There's no way you can have MLB players, a legitimate MLB star, and you have these kids flooding the minor leagues every year. And at the high school, it sounded ridiculous to say we don't play baseball at a high school level.
Yeah.
It sounded absolutely absurd to tell people that. So I am happy all the relevant people, all the stakeholders made the changes into that to try to implement it into the schools. But that also lead me to think that we could be doing this with other sports very quickly.
You mean like flag football?
Yeah, like flag football, like anything else, like anything that's seen as quote unquote on the fringe, we could implement it rather quickly.
The thing is, so if you really think about it, with implementing sports, for example, flag football is probably an easier sport to implement because you can go 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So realistically, you need a size of a basketball team, which is 12 kids, to be able to participate in that. Baseball, you need 9 minimum, but then the difficulty is finding a pitcher. At least in football, realistically,
It'll be just as difficult to find a quarterback.
no, it'll be difficult, but you can get away with a running quarterback.
Yeah.
Like you can get away with
There's ways around.
yeah,
it.
exactly.
It's not that major
Yeah.
amount of technical
You don't have to
skills.
throw the ball 50 yards. You could get away with 5-yard, 10-yard passes and make it happen. But yeah, sports like that, and I always love when people say it's flag football. It's not. It is a real sport because you know how much people get scholarships off just playing 7-on-7.
And I think that's the key we need to always go back to. That's what all of this is about.
Yeah.
When you talk about high school sports, it's the opportunity to get to the next level, to get your kid an education with the skill set that they've developed, doing something recreationally.
So while it's great that yes, softball is very important in this country, and while it's great that at the high
But
school,
ain't nothing important. Ain't nothing important. man.
that's Ricardo Wells. You can reach him at what's your email address?
not
is
giving
again?
out
The
my
views and
business.
opinions.
Brad Hanna. If we insert the Brad Hanna preamble right here, the views and opinions expressed by Cardo is Cardo's alone. Softball is so important in this country.
Oh, very important, boy.
Taking my old man into the Hall of
So
Fame
that's what I was about to say.
just for administration.
Just
I
administration.
don't even know if he
softball.
ever had the ability to play.
Oh, that goes. But you think I get in the Hall of Fame doing administration?
You could.
They ain't
You
gonna
could.
All you have to do is show the buddy article.
No,
Just show-
you gotta get to presidency. You gotta push for
Your
presidency.
dad was president of softball.
Yeah, so he was like president locally and then president of
Oh, he was
PS
on the board. So okay, let's ask.
He was
this.
president. He did like NPSA president for years. Then he went to
The world, yeah.
BSF president.
So
then
all
he
you need to
did,
do is ask your dad why
So-
old timers went
then
to
he
court.
did regional
No.
thing. I'm sure he
So,
can tell me.
let me
I
ask
think
this.
I think he stepped back from all that.
What happens if I don't become president of this federation, but I'm president on like the not president on the America, but on the America's board? Does that count?
regional. Yes,
Yeah.
regional. Because
Okay.
he was president of,
So
I
you-
think, English-speaking Caribbean softball stuff.
Okay.
So if you go regional.
But your dad, president of English speaking.
Yo, you have no idea how much. It's amazing that I never played this sport. Y'all have no idea how it enveloped my entire family for a while. It was just all softball. But
I
it was
mean, you
never
get a
for
lot
me.
of basketball though when you're around me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. but
you hear all the real conversations that go on.
the softball stuff was, whew, boy, the time period when they knocked down the stadium, what a tumultuous time
Oh,
in all
man.
of our lives. It was amazing. It was an amazing time. And anyway,
So in short, it's not just junk that has detention.
It's the Bahamas. It's everything that has detention. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
We just talked about softball going to court. You see what's happening with Junkanoo. You think it's just them? It is not just them. They are a product of their
Tennis is in the
environment.
Supreme Court. Like these are multiple sports
I'm trying to
in
figure
the
out if
Supreme Court. Well, who paying for this?
Clearly, these leagues.
not just that. You think the judges at the Supreme Court go, why are we getting all like this other trivial stuff and we ain't getting like the real
I
things
feel
that
like
need to come before
I feel like
us?
they expected this wave because it's a change of generation thing. Like that's the crux of all of the issues in Junkanoo. When the generation change, you have to now. There needs to be new blood that takes over,
So-
and then that's when the issue.
But
What
not
do you-
just that.
What do you think will happen if they cancel Junkanoo? Like, let's just say they cancel. Not because of COVID, just because.
I don't,
Right,
think, I don't think that's possible.
You don't think so?
I don't. The cancellation of Junkanoo will cause an uproar in this country that we've never seen.
Because
before.
I could see this, right? And I feel like it's a Bahamian thing where if they say Junkanoo canceled, police could be on the and they try to rush, they could try to arrest everyone. That's just the Bahamas.
I'll tell you what'll happen, John. And I'm sure everyone can get this reference. You've seen The Purge.
boy.
We turn into The Purge if we don't have Junkanoo.
See how I know it was serious.
What
right?
if they put crepe paper tariffs?
Hold on.
ahead.
How I knew it was serious is all of a sudden out of the blue, I don't know if we could call them the original Valley Boys.
The views and opinions expressed by
Right.
you.
Not
You
the,
brought up a
I ain't
tough
trying to-
not the
name.
world famous Valley Boys,
I ain't doing
the
it.
traditional Valley Boys.
I
All of a sudden,
I had to talk with sports.
all of a sudden, this whole group of I'm gonna call them seniors
And being
in our
blocked
society,
by- I just
they're
tryna-
all over social media telling like their legacy stories. I learned so much about
The legacy?
Yes, I learned so much about the traditional Valley Boys.
You are so lucky that, I mean, it is unfortunate that we are not live so we could get calls because
Boy, that board would have been lit up.
Who was it that called to tell us that his mom started
Sparky.
the Valley Boys?
Sparky.
Yes.
Sparky.
I knew Sparky, if you have access to email us at info@10ys.com and please regale us with this story of how your family was so
No, but they just
influential.
got super active on social media the last 2 weeks.
And by that you mean Facebook.
Facebook, I've seen some on IG, I've seen some
you
on
ain't seen
TikTok.
them on no IG and
yes,
TikTok.
they're everywhere telling
No.
the
You have
stories
not
about
seen
like
them
when they
on IG and
started.
TikTok.
When they started.
The origin.
Yes. And I was like, bro, like
Ooh, so
80,
this like
bro.
Wolverine?
This is what it is to them because they were telling all their horror stories of being persecuted to make the Valley Boys a thing. And I'm like, wow.
Game On Bahamas, the all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. Some fans watch, real fans play. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook turns every match, every shot, every score into your moment. The better you know the game, the better you play. Now with smarter features and a bigger experience, Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players who live the game. To circle back to our lead, the rivalry there within that, we see that kind of passion when BAISS track and field starts, right? We see that's one of the few things I see we actually have. There were companies, one that we're not going to mention them because they don't sponsor us yet, but I remember, I think it was for the last 2 years, they had flagship products around the event. Like they
Pizza?
would have no.
Like
The
banks?
people that sell coffee and also have pastries.
Mm.
They had pastries that were green and white, pastries that were red and white, and it was like, come in, choose your side. And I thought, this is marketing genius.
Use
You
it for
tapping into
social
something.
media, but don't use it for anything else. Like,
No, I feel like we at a point now. We calling names. We calling names. We're talking about Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was out there for the last 2 years. Now it's right. I saw it. Because I went in for coffee one day and then there was this lady
Yes.
ordering boxes of QC donuts. And I was like, wait, what?
great
Because-
concept. Now, you know what would be great? Hey, you could order these, but you could watch the Dunkin' Donuts broadcast on 10th Year Seniors.
I'm saying, what's more important than actually
possible.
being there? Because here's the thing, right? Just by you doing that, if they weren't thinking about taking those to the stadium at all, you know what they could do? Oh, I taking these for my people.
Yeah.
We need boxes and boxes. We need to have more green donuts than they have red donuts.
And
I
while
know
you at
that
it,
worked.
while you at it, you could also flip just a percentage of the proceeds of those sales for that day. To say, hey, fund the team a little bit. Send them off some new cleats, some new something. That's the way you build this quote unquote
No, I
team
understand.
spirit.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
So,
So they're gonna say the QC and SAC donuts cost 10% more
no,
than the
I
other
don't think.
donuts.
I think they eat the cost.
I feel like it'll still work.
It would
no,
work.
It would.
Once you write
still
QC on it, gold comets. Oh,
That's
jeez.
all.
No, I can lie because I can say this.
You know what they got to do? They got to spell out gold comets with
the
donuts,
donuts. I'm trying
and then
to
take a
tell you.
big picture.
In fact, we give some free advice right now. The government of the Bahamas, specifically the Department of Sports, next year's start of like basketball, track and field, softball. Let's do like a legacy or a school spirit week.
Yes.
Where you have like organizations like Dunkin' Donuts do these things. And you could go there, you could buy a donut to support your school. You could go to, I don't know, Starbucks, buy a coffee to like those sorts of things.
I know one thing.
Let's get that going.
If you vote, they give you a free coffee. They give you a free donut.
Yeah, let's get that
It
going.
only counts for voting.
As I
was like
said, if I could go and get a Princeville donut, I'll buy that.
That was the
That's
best
so
part.
true.
I'm
Three of
pretty
them.
sure Andrew will buy something to support a pool at
He will not.
No, you know what it turned into? You buying it there with the principal, government school. Why are we buying that, right? First, that's the first thing they can say. Second of all, there's going to be Donut Gate, where people can start burning donuts.
Do you think people would spend money on the opposing donuts?
one school. Everybody that dislikes soccer would buy one sock donut to throw it in the trash. They would make a landslide for that alone.
This is why they're the evil empire, and this is also kind of why I pull for them because I like evil empires. I
But
don't know
also,
why.
if you were selling like the branded donuts, right? I know in the register you can put how many donuts sell, and you make that into a competition because people just love competition.
Absolutely. So all of this is ways, and these are reasons why I love this rivalry. And anytime it could bleed through into any one of the different sports, it captures small elements of it. But it also shows that we have the potential to actually do this on a large scale.
Now think about this: how do these people react when we put in the score up of BASS points?
Right?
Imagine Dunkin' Donuts doing that throughout the days.
Who
saying,
has the donut
Who has
lead?
the lead? Because all of a sudden people could say, well, I gotta go buy a donut. now."
Hold on. This is too much free advice. We're doing too much
Oh,
marketing work
sorry.
for them. Just
Sorry.
pull it back a bit.
Right now we just
Like,
riffing.
hey, Lakers Dunkin' Donuts. You at a rivalry right now with them. Mother. They celebrating what 20 years in the Bahamas. You in a Starbucks. They in a rivalry with them. So hey,
Ooh, what if they started doing it?
This is what I'm saying. Lakers, we can put you over the top.
I know
Lakers.
that's a rivalry.
Hey,
But they don't sell donuts.
they don't, but they sell other things.
What about that other Duck
I
Donuts?
feel
What's
like
the
you could
place?
sell. Well, I mean that's
They could start. I mean, I'm just saying that's right next to Sac.
that's like the small man against the conglomerate. That's like a mom and pop corner
Bring it-
store.
no.
No disrespect to them.
Bring it back to the schools.
But
Bring
they
it,
should do it.
Bring it back to the schools. That's the equivalent to there was a strange stretch in basketball history
Oh,
where
you talking about
Westminster was relevant.
Hold
And I
on,
was like,
not just
No,
relevant.
They were the greatest.
Respect the Westminster Diplomats basketball history.
How many games they won in a row?
They like 40 something. They used to beat people by 100. Like I'm
Yeah.
not kidding.
Before it was like a real thing.
No, what Gino Bullard had with that stretch of Westminster Diplomats, that was not no Duck Donuts. That was, and this was what I was about to allude to, right? Because when people see the SAC and QC stuff, all of the other schools go, well, we got a story to tell too. Because
TC the last couple of years in BISS.
being the people's champion, I don't know why St. John's letting that happen. But even people like me that went to St. John's, and we always tell the story, hey, we won nationals in 97. That's more important than all
Y'all say it
than
just
any
like
of this
that,
other
huh?
stuff. We always say it like that.
You sure national is more important than BISS track and
How could
field?
it not be?
No,
what?
no.
How could it not be more important?
I understand where you're coming from with
Let's do this
nationals.
right- let's do
no,
this
no,
right now.
we're gonna do it right now.
Let's do this
I
right now.
understand because it's supposed to be all the great people participating for said school.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Then people don't send their A team.
What are you talking about? Yes, they do.
No, they
yes,
don't.
they do.
I have to agree with John.
No,
There's
are both wrong.
No, there's been stretches where you like
You are both wrong.
Because sometimes BISS fall like 2-3 weeks right before. You like, oh, that's not the same team I saw.
They're getting ready for
Carifta.
Carifta.
There you go.
No.
Oh.
That
They gotta
is
go
not-
Carifta trials.
That is
He's
not
working
how.
extra hard to defend this
No.
97
Because I
championship.
know for a fact
Because
that
they went not.
that is not how this
but
works.
I will say this though, it is very funny in BISS because when SAC lost to QC after 87 straight,
yes.
nationals all of a sudden became super important to SAC people.
It was always
It
super
was-
important.
no,
Thank you,
no.
SAC people.
No.
Nationals is always super important. No year more important than 1997.
I'm still win by that head now.
But I don't know. I
Don't
was in
matter.
grade 7. I was literally in high school for 2 minutes, and then it was like, we won this thing. We having a dance. I was like, all right, great.
dance.
They gave y'all
Ooh.
the dots.
It
Hold
was
on,
an
no.
incredible dance.
Now that we talking about
Welcome to high
celebration,
school.
I just need to say, whatever happened like to the really good like championship celebration, like motorcade? There used to be a big deal.
They
when I
still
The
was-
love
Lakers ain't
Hey.
winning in a while.
No,
so
I mean like the high school level.
No,
They still do
literally,
it.
QC
Yeah,
had like
QC
2
did
last
it.
year.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the route?
Don't
Because I
I know.
feel like you're
You
supposed
think
to-
I'm okay?
You're supposed to go around the schools that you just.
I
beat.
think they might have sent an email.
That used to be a thing.
But how you could drive through SAC?
you could drive around it.
Yeah, but SAC too big.
That's true.
Like
Everybody know everybody. They should drive through SAC.
They should
I'm not
drive
gonna lie.
through
They
SAC.
should drive through SAC. That is an amazing.
But that
idea.
should
If
be
they
a-
win
that should
this
be a
year,
tradition.
QC people, I challenge y'all. If y'all win BAISS this year, drive through SAC.
Because here's the thing, and this is what
Ain't nobody can get violent. It's private schools.
I love the idea because see if SAC wins, they can go down Village Road and they
Exactly.
can play the music dead loud.
Exactly.
And you could just hear Sackers, blah 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 blah
Ooh,
blah.
I do you one better. You know what they should do? They should rent out the National Trust for that date and be like, oh, our celebration just happened to be at the National Trust.
Wow. Okay, no, that's a big
This
deal.
had nothing to do with y'all.
That's a big
We was
deal.
just by the
So then
National
we got
Trust.
the whole day.
Or what you do is with the QC calendar would be you have to plan your motorcade and ask government to block off Prince Charles during school time, like so no one could get to school that day.
I like all of this.
So because the stakes are this high, there's one thing that me and John always run into. We always run into these conversations when we talk about BAISS track and field, or in general, and I feel like it needs to get to this point for the other sports, people have differing views about scholarships. And that's where I wanted to start
Scholarships
this
are
conversation from
bad.
the beginning. For some reason, people think that at the high school level, scholarships are bad. For some reason, these same people want their children to get scholarships for higher education. So I don't know where the line is in that. But in 10YS Studios, we had one of the greatest athletes in Bahamian track and field history. We had her right here in the studio to talk about many things, but among the things we covered in that conversation was scholarships, was the rivalry between SAC and QC. We hear more from Anthony Strawn and her visit to the studio on 10YS Conversations. We'll let you hear a snippet of that right now.
Quality.
She told me like her GPA and like she showed me her GPA and everything. So it wasn't even like, oh, she probably might have been BSing me. Like she showed me her GPA. And she making like 3.8s, 4.0s and stuff like that. And you doing like a bunch of other sports. And that's how you living.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if you even where you at right now, just educational wise, and you living this way. Like imagine like if somebody like
Actually
Yeah.
invested in your development and actually wanted to see that through.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like,
Imagine
I
if you had a
gave her my
stalker coach
number.
to follow you home and actually talk to your parents and tell your parents that
can get a
hey,
scholarship."
you can leave here and get a scholarship. You can be that.
So we know you had a scholarship, and we're going, what is your take on this whole people get mad because a school will win because they're giving scholarships out?
Your school specifically.
Yeah.
Seneca State College, us. Anyway, I was a scholarship kid, and I could.
They exist?
I thought SAC didn't do that. I thought people went to SAC because they wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted to go. I did go to SAC because I wanted to,
I thought they
but
just
I also went there because they offered me a scholarship. Because QC also offered me a scholarship.
Look at
too.
that.
This
Wow.
is, this
Recruiting
is
battles
breaking news.
in the Bahamas.
Breaking news. Now
the
we are not
difference is-
newsmakers.
What year was this?
That was 2009.
So in 2009.
2009,
This is
going
the
into
first news that we've
2010.
ever broken. We usually just be bullshitting. We broke news for the first time because all we have heard is this is never done. We are a benevolent institution, and anyone comes here just wants to be a part of this
But
greatness.
I would say the difference between SAC and QC was this. I still had to sit my entrance exam for SAC.
Entrance.
Nah,
No.
they were serious about that entrance exam.
Do we really need
I
them?
did not
Optics.
understand.
If you fast enough, do you really need it? I mean, let's be honest here.
I would say, I don't know how it is now. I can't speak on what it is now. But I would say then, they were super about that grade point average. No. First of all,
How much races you lost in BAISS?
Exactly. They didn't care what you was doing in them exams because they knew. Let me tell you something. After
They
you came back
cared.
from that
They
first
cared.
Austin Seeley, when
No.
you won that first award, I guarantee you that next year, if you'd have been like, I'll go with like a 50%.
They cared. They cared because they even tried to repeat me.
That was never gonna happen.
No, you know why
Empty
they wanted to
threats.
repeat you?
Yeah,
So
you
could
know
run some
why.
more into
You know why.
BAISS.
You thought that had to do with grades?
Grades? Come
It
on,
was.
grades.
It was. They even brought in my mom, and my mom was
Empty threats.
They could bring in
Empty threats.
everyone.
The thing
looked
is this,
good.
it might have been empty with the school. It wasn't empty with my mom.
No.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah,
different.
but they knew who to scare. Because your dad would just be like, well, your mom's like, you better get your grades.
And no, but the thing is this. My mom might be more in your face, but you see if my dad says something to me,
That gospel.
at that time, I would have moved away fast.
I like how she prefaced it with at that time. But just to go back to what John was saying about the scholarship thing, like the girl that you mentioned, Doris Johnson, like she should absolutely be getting an opportunity someplace else because
Yeah.
of what she can bring to the table. So I don't understand why we still have, and even that to me is how we're not looking at this thing and taking a holistic approach to it, because someone like that should benefit and be in a different environment because of the skill set that she has. If we're looking at this as business, then she should get to go somewhere else with better coaching, better educational opportunities, and all of that through track and field. Why are we not doing more of this?
Yeah, but I even told people it's like, I even tell athletes like to this day, even government school, because I still go back to T.A. Thompson every now and then. even I wasn't there when it was named TA Thompson. I was there when it was CC Sweden Junior. And I would tell kids, it's like, if a school offer you a scholarship,
Go.
take it.
What are you?
Because
What
I
you
was
embarrassed
like,
for?
No, but I even said, I was like, what? In your neighborhood, they could turn around and say, "Oh, you preppy or
Yes.
whatever."
Yes.
Guess what? Be preppy, because
Thank you.
when you're done with school, and everybody know, like, you need links, and you know who have the better links?
We all know.
Government school.
We all
SAC?
know
Don't
the
have
better
it.
links.
It's private school, of course, SAC, because we take care of our own.
I know that. I'm not discounting that part of the whole SAC
They're the
UC thing.
best.
Y'all take care of each other.
You want to look in the camera again and just hit that. So we learned a lot in that just now. What we learned was, and this was a surprise to me and John. What we learned was right off the bat when she said that she was a scholarship student, and I think that they can't admit that during the time. But after the fact, when you become an adult, you can just say what it is.
Yeah, but what's confusing is why.
I feel
don't
like
know
they
why it's
signed a
taboo.
non-DA.
I don't know why it's
NDA.
taboo.
A non-disclosure agreement saying you cannot say you are on scholarship.
But that's something you should celebrate.
I really want to know, and that's the first thing I wanted us to get to. Why is that taboo? Why do people speak of it as a negative thing? Because there's always a thing, and it gets thrown around at QC more than it does at SAC, right? And because QC had to catch up. SAC was the dominant one. And how do you catch up? Well, you catch up by using your resources and by recruiting. We model all of this after the American system. How do you think the American system works?
But we don't have no caps. We don't have no booster issues.
If I was an extremely rich person, instead of running in a constituency, I would have been running St. John's to dominate every single sport.
I was making my own school.
Are you kidding me?
What? But it all comes back down to quality education. And when you look at it from that standpoint, these two schools, they've been producing some of the top academic students in the country. So I don't see the issue with you saying, hey, we're offering. It's not like they go in there and all they do all day is just run track. They still leave with a good education. So what's the issue?
But isn't this what, like how you said earlier, this is what it's all for, right? When you have the resources to these different things, you have the better educational system. You're the school that producing all of the best grades. You're producing the best students. Shouldn't the trade-off in that be, okay, your talent comes here, and in exchange, you get this education. That's the way it works. Like, there's a reason Kevin Garnett went to Farragut. There's a reason Kobe Bryant went to Lower Merion. They weren't going to these schools under any other circumstance. It's a reason you see all of these highly prized recruits play at these Division I schools. Yeah, it's an exchange. So why do we think it's any different yet? LeBron wouldn't be going to St. Vincent, St. Mary if he was just going to the school where he was from.
But look at Nabi, for example, signs with Texas. How much do you think Texas is if you're an international student?
Too much money.
Way too much.
So why is it an issue if you're giving scholarships here at trying to help your people here, which is the first step of helping people, but when they go to the US, it's like, oh, that's great.
So it was such a big part of Antonique's story, right? Because Antonique was like, yeah, I was from the ghetto. I wasn't interested in any of this. But when they told her parents, you know what? You could have
Her mother.
Completely different future in this if you take this sport seriously, then yeah. So then she goes from CC Sweeting, goes to SAC, ends up becoming a pro, completely changes her life. That's what we're doing it for. So when you see these schools give scholarships to whoever, when you see these coaches at the primary school track meets and you know they're scouting and you know they're recruiting, none of this is taboo. It's the way the system should work, because the better educational system should just not be for the people that can't afford it.
And to be fair, all of the other schools that say, hey, we can't compete with if SAC's
Get
giving
your
out
money
school-
up.
Not just get your money up, get your program up.
Yeah.
You know, actually put money into these programs, put money into the academics. Make sure that that's a place that students would actually want to be, that would say, hey, my entire goal is to be a professional track and field athlete. Provide the environment for that person to grow, not just to say, hey, we have students in our school that can run.
Just throwing the University of Texas up. $70,000 a year to go to that school.
Texas.
University of Texas. A resident
You
still
have
almost.
to do that as a group activity. I know,
You need
one-on-one.
20 South-Outs.
All
South-Outs?
Boy, you better start with one big stakeout the size of what the police do.
This
What?
is why I was saying to
Tuna
Kaizen
and
for
grits
me.
for $10.
This is why I was telling Kaizen for me is 4 years old and he would recite it very well. Daddy ain't paying for college.
You told him that?
What?
You know what that is though? Like
That's the point of everything we've been doing for the last 16 years.
I get it. But at the same time, you could have just been like, we'll see what happens.
we know 70,000 is a lot, but it ain't like high school cheap here.
That's the point, because there are people with and on the pod. Anthony told us about when she was coaching and she saw kids in worse conditions than she was in, but have the talent to get out of that, to elevate not just themselves, but possibly to elevate their whole families. See, you got to look at it as more of a holistic approach rather than simply, oh, they doing this to beat my school. Yes, we talk for about a half hour about how we care and love the rivalries and it's fun, but at the end of the day, that ain't as important as people being able to elevate themselves in their community.
Right.
Like that's really the point of this whole thing. That's what you really hope for, because Anthony came and was giving back to people that were in her same position. Isn't that the bigger thing here? Yeah. That's the bigger thing, to expose people to these different environments, to show them how life could be different. So if you get that, so if you take a kid from the inner city who may not have been exposed to anything else, and then you put them in one of these schools, they may find something in the classroom that piques their interest. Hey, this is what I want to be. I never thought about civil engineering, but maybe this is what I want to be. I never thought about getting into politics or business or whatever, being an accountant, but
I know about here. I think everyone thinks about politics.
no way. There are so many people that is closed off to. No, they do not, John. I'm telling you, most of these people think about going to the rallies maybe, but they ain't thinking about actually being one of those people in positions of power. And like Carter said, you got to get your program up because you got to pay to play. This is why I always say all rich people suck. Because why they don't enjoy being boosters?
Because they didn't go to school here like that.
They boost in their pocket.
They didn't go to school here like that.
That's
So,
fine. You can boost your pockets, but after you boost your pockets,
So the last time we had this conversation about our rich people sucking, it was one thing that you said that was prevalent. The idea of if you went to St. John's, John went to Life of Key, like that pride you feel talking about your school, a lot of them, like, they moved away and they forgot about that. So like if you listen, and this is why I always just give like the generations before us credit a bit. If you listen to people like a Perry Christie talk about the government high
they
school,
love GHS
Boy,
this
they
is
love-
what I'm saying.
so much.
Some strange reason,
they're
like
like
in
this
the late
rich.
80s, like 90s, like that just changed. People stop feeling that. I never hear anybody just brag about.
I can tell you what happened in the 80s to change it.
Well, you know, but what I'm trying to say is, people just stop bragging about being from this high school, like what happened while they were in school, and it's like, why did that pride change? We need to get that back.
I feel technology has something to do with it, because now it doesn't matter what school you go to. You know people from every school. Like when we were growing up, we had to go to the BAISS event to see people from other schools.
It was so much more difficult to get y'all to went to another school.
Can't say it like that, though.
Oh, when I was in high school, I mean.
I would specify that. Because
Yeah.
I said it was.
All right,
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Sometimes you don't know. Do we get
But yeah,
a bad
in
place?
high school we had our cliques, and our school theoretically was our life. Like that was our bubble.
No, it really was.
and that's what it was. It's like now you have these kids on the phone. I go, wait, what's going on at like Kingsway today? Man, they ain't built that pool yet. You know, just things like that.
I have a child who, for some reason, is very active in
Did
these
you?
circles and doesn't go to any of these schools.
Did you hear they're building a solar farm now at Kingsway?
for
And
some
they
strange
ain't
reason, I heard
built
it.
the pool yet?
Like, I don't understand it. St. Andrews built a solar field as well,
Yeah.
so I assume there's some rivalry there. I don't know why you pick
Y'all
it
in a
in
rivalry? Y'all in a rivalry?
over
I
solar fields. It's the weirdest
don't
thing.
care.
That's rich people problem. See, that's the issue right
I know
there.
St. Andrews has a pool, and now they have a solar field.
Oh, boy.
And Kingsway ain't got either.
Talk your stuff. Talk your stuff. Okay, so we had a lot of takes during this first segment. Some of them are difficult. The next ones are going to be a little easier.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab. Bahamas. Are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
Bud Light easy takes of the week. Bud Light always easy to drink, easy to enjoy, and it's the easy way for you to have an opportunity to go live to watch an NFL game, not just any NFL game, live to watch the Dolphins. We'll tell you more about that later on in the segment, but the idea behind the easy takes of the week, we want to deliver some takes where you don't have to do much arguing. We want this to be an easy listen, something that's very agreeable, something that everybody listening could just nod their head and say, yeah, that's true. Maybe have their addition to the take. So that's what we bring to you in this segment, and I want to get us started. We do this in a roundtable format. If it comes up pretty open, you just take it and run with it. And I want to continue with our conversation that we had in the first segment. In case you missed it, we were talking a lot about rivalries. We were talking a lot about scholarships. Bud Light, easy take of the week, number 1. I don't think it's a choice of whether or not you want to. I think the more privileged schools should be mandated to give scholarships. I think they should have quotas that they have to fill.
I think some schools do have that, though.
I know some schools do. I think everyone in a certain position should have to do it.
I don't know how you police that system, but I like that.
What do you mean police the system? You give out as many scholarships as you can afford.
No, see, you can't do it like that.
What do you mean you can't do it like that?
Because you have an issue now where you have, and see, this is supposed to be easy take. I'm not trying to make this a debate.
No. Okay, let me give the people a peek behind the curtain. The easy takes don't really have to be easy. It's okay.
Fair.
Do show.
No, but if you just open it up the floodgates, you have a situation where there's no more competition. You overrun schools. You should make it more of a situation where schools have to be very strategic and how they go about issuing their scholarships. So if you want to build a really good softball program, let's say you have 5 scholarships overall or 10 scholarships. So you could just put a cap, 30 scholarships in sports. You have to be very strategic in what you use in softball as opposed to track, as opposed to volleyball, and you build a complete program. That allows all the other schools to compete. You don't want all the track athletes to say, hey, we're just gonna go to SAC. And if they do, then that limits what you could do in your basketball programs.
I disagree because I feel in this NIL era, if you're going, like, you give a kid a scholarship, you're going to have to find money somewhere else regardless. And that's one thing we haven't tapped into yet in the Bahamas.
And the NIL system, you still have caps. You don't.
No, not in high school.
Okay,
not the high schoolers.
So you do.
So the reasons that you're talking about wanting the cap, and I don't think it actually would discourage competition. I think it creates competition at the higher level, because if you're a school and you want to compete, the competition still exists. Because think about it. Okay, there's John Jr. out there. John Jr. is a 2-sport star. Everybody wants John Jr.
And he's probably going to have one good game against Principal somewhere in there.
That was not the only good
Not
game.
just one. All.
So just like in everything else, just like it happens with us, just like it happens in any form of business, take it to that level. If these 3 different schools want John Jr., then these schools are going to compete for his services.
Correct. No, see, you're missing the most clear point I'm trying to make here. Yes, all of these schools are going to want John Jr., but John Jr. is only going to really consider 2 of them. QC and SAC.
We don't know that.
You don't know.
We don't know. No, this is why it's up to you to build up your program, because we just talked about Westminster.
So if they're a swimmer,
right,
they ain't going to one of them schools.
It depends on what you build up.
They going to one of them schools.
We just talked about for a time when Westminster dominated.
For a time.
But what I'm saying is, if you have this in place, you can build that. If that particular coach decided to stay there and run things for decades, they would have been able to do that.
Right.
If you build it, they will come.
This is
exactly.
Yes. Let's use the Westminster system for example. There was a stretch when Westminster was dominant.
Okay.
Nothing else happened at that school, since or before.
But if you make this the hub where basketball players want to go, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's
but
what they
not,
created.
That's not going to be their time in memoriam. That's going
Windsor-
to change at some point.
Let's use Windsor. If Windsor decided all of these baseball kids who are about to get signed, we're gonna bring them to Windsor, and this is just how we're gonna run things.
No, everybody would just go to Windsor.
But they could. I'm saying if you can pay, you can choose and you can dominate that.
Yeah, but
so
that's
it doesn't have to just be the.
So
two
okay,
schools.
if you open up the floodgates and
Yes.
just let money talk, you're gonna have a situation where all 100 top athletes this year are just gonna go to Windsor.
It's capitalism.
Yeah, but who are they gonna play against? They're just gonna run roughshod over the rest of the league, and there's gonna be nothing.
Because it's not just going to be them. It's never going to be a situation where it'll just be
So
them.
do
No,
you
but
limit this?
you as a parent, what are you gonna say? Your kid has an opportunity to go to SAC. They have an opportunity to go to Windsor. What are you gonna say?
It depends. There's no simple black or white. No,
But
pun
that's what I'm
intended,
saying.
Answer to that.
We don't have the NIL stuff
Now
here.
you go to any parent right now and you put in front of them just like they do
That
the
is
ball
not
caps.
true.
You
Windsor
ju-
or SAC,
like
and
you
think
do
it's
the ball,
automatic?
like
No.
if you do the ball caps, you put Windsor, you put King's College, you put QC, you pick SAC. You put a 4 of those hats in front of a parent, very likely they're gonna pick King's College or Windsor.
I do not think that's true. I don't think that's true. And we automatically think because people are adjacent
If that
to
was
certain
the case,
spaces, you're gonna pick that all
Everyone
the
would
time.
be going to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's
Like,
not true, Carlo.
it's no,
we,
but
saw, we saw that happen.
no,
not all the time.
no, they don't get all 100
Yeah,
top
then when
recruits.
John Calipari left and everything.
No.
Even while he was there, we won one time.
They might
But
get.
that does not mean every year you did not have the top recruit.
Well, we're talking about the
Not-
greatest program ever.
They didn't always have it, and they didn't always have 5 in the top 10.
I'm saying there's enough talent to go around where it's not going to be what you think it is, because then you know what happens, right? If you get those 100, maybe 1 to 25 is getting all the playing time and getting everything they want. The parents of players from 26 to 100 are going to want the best possible situation for their kid. So just because
Bro,
that
you
school
think
is
every,
great,
you think everybody operate in the same mindset as you?
I think most of these parents with kids who are athletes, and then you also have to consider your child's happiness. That's how this thing works. All of them ain't gonna be happy just being a
y'all
small
ain't
fish
no
in a
big
big
in the
pond.
parents.
You're
Wait.
talking about.
I am one.
You're talking
sure.
about sports, right?
Yes.
Does this go into the education realm?
It does. It does.
I just feel if
You think right now if you put again all of those hats in front, somebody mommy or grandma ain't gonna pop up and say, "Man, this baseball thing ain't gonna be forever. You better go to this school where you can get a good edge." You don't think that conversation gonna pop up?
Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying that's not going to be for everybody.
That's gonna be for most.
I don't think so.
You want to be a doctor? You want to be a lawyer? You want to be all these things? You think you could do that?
Myron Rule, look at him.
My Rolling started at BA though.
Bud Light, easy take.
Number 2.
Robbery week in football. You never know what's going to happen, but the Dolphins are always going to catch one.
Always.
Cardo knows this very well as a
I said-
Patriots fan.
This is where I agreed last week.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I've seen it. So if you had $10, throw it on it. That was a good thing.
I know one thing. The Dolphins ruined so many parlays.
So many.
So many people was complaining.
Fantasy leagues, everything.
I just went to Twitter and I just put in Dolphins Bills parlay, and I just read the comments of people just raging because why? It made no sense. It made absolutely zero sense. People have not seen Josh Allen play that bad since he was a rookie.
What makes
Dalvin
it,
Cook was fumbling, not running the ball.
what makes it worse is the fact that the Dolphins was just too happy to do this for no reason, boy. Like, bro, all year you could play this good. Why?
But see, no, this is the thing. And last night when I was watching the Thursday night game, right? There was a point the game was close, and I was like, see, this is a rivalry game.
Yeah.
But then the Jets are the Jets, right? Let's just be real. Like the Jets, at least with Tua, you could say he might have a 300-yard passing game.
He might.
And it's going to be like 3 touchdowns. But Justin Fields is like, if he completes 7 passes, he'll have 22 yards.
He looked really good last night, though.
In what, the first drive?
Really good is a stretch.
Bro,
Really
he
good?
was running all over us, bro.
Really good is a stretch.
You hate Justin
Before we
Fields, but-
move on to further Bud Light easy takes of the week, I do want to tell you, you have an opportunity to catch up with the Bud Light girls. They're all over the place. The Bud Light girls are very active, and if you've ever been in the space where they are, it's quite a wonderful experience. Cardo, you're going to elaborate on this?
I just wanted to say, don't stalk the Bud Light girls. Go and see them.
Do not.
Don't stalk them.
Do not. I didn't know we had to say that, but thank you for this disclaimer. Do not stalk the Bud Light girls. I would not recommend that.
That's the best thing. We
treat
ain't doing
them with
easy
the
takes no more.
up-groups.
Best take.
Treat them with the utmost respect that they deserve. And
Here's an easy take.
hold on, before we get to the easy takes, let me do show. So they will be every Thursday. You can find them at Plantation Bar and Grill. You can find them at Green Parrot. You can find them at Tiki Floating Bar. You can find them at The Bay, and you can find them at Winkies. All of those places will have Bud Light 6 for $25 specials. Well, except for Winkies. Winkies got them 6 for $22.
I just want to say Winkies is top tier right there, bro. I ain't saying, you know, like,
Shout out to cutting out the $3. Winkies trying to get you to come, Michael. Let's move on. Bud Light, easy take of the week, number 3.
Yeah, 15 for 26, 116 yards, 4.5 yards a throw. Ain't great stats.
did you watch him in real time though?
Yes.
In real time, he was scary as a Patriot fan. Like there would be plays you would be like, he can't do it.
I think this is your fandom coming into.
So let me
play,
ask this.
Go ahead.
15 for 26 or 25 for 34?
I ain't gotta go through all that, but you know what it is.
The easy take is Drake might be in the MVP conversation.
Oh, really? Might be. Might is too far of a stretch. He is. He's top tier quarterback right now.
I got one that I'm definitely going to play devil's advocate for this, but adjacent to that, Bud Light easy take of the week. Drake May is great, but is he the best quarterback in this class?
Yes.
Not the one that's hurt?
No.
Not the one that's already accomplished more than Drake May has?
No.
But just because we see him doing this now, we forget the one that's hurt that did everything
All
last
respect to
year.
what Jaden Daniels did last year. All respect to what Caleb Williams is doing now. Drake May is clearly the better quarterback.
How is he clearly better than Jaden
Because
Daniels?
we got to remember how Carter grades these quarterbacks. They're regressing because they haven't put up superstar stats.
But you know-
Where
you know
Drake
he's-
May is doing this for the first time, so he is elevated.
Hold on. No, stop.
Clearly
Stop.
better than
Stop.
Jaden Daniels is crazy to me.
Hold on. If you had to grade the receiving core that all of these
Let's
quarterbacks
not go
play
back with this receiving core because Tom Brady didn't have the
but
greatest receiving core.
He had the
I just saw him throw a touchdown against Mike Vrabel in the highlights yesterday.
he threw multiple touchdowns.
He
to
had the
Mike Vrabel.
commies in the playoffs.
7 to be exact. Yes. I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying to you is he had a better team that he did a great deal with.
He was legitimately that was not a better team until he got there. He legitimately was in the MVP conversation.
I'm in agreement there. But what I'm saying is the team that he took, Drake May is taking a team that is not as good, possibly just as far.
I love that you make all those qualifiers.
Are the
and put
Commanders
possibly and
last
all
year
that.
better than the Patriots right now?
We don't even know where the Patriots about to end up.
That's what I'm saying. That's my question is, are the Commanders last year as a team better than this Patriot team right now? Remove the quarterbacks. Which roster would you take? The Commanders last year or the Patriots right now?
I take the Commanders last year. I would take the Commanders last
So
year.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not disputing the fact that Jaden Daniels didn't do a great job last season. He did a tremendous job. All I'm saying is the team he took is a little bit better.
I just need to remember, everybody to remember at each and every turn that Jaden Daniels is still that guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. I'm never. I was the one last year before all this kicked off that said that this probably would go down as the greatest quarterback class of all time.
No, you always were on that hill.
I'm
give
just
you
saying
props.
right now Drake May is in the MVP. I'm not saying, oh my God, 10 years down the line, he's going to be head and shoulders above Jet. Both of those guys are really great young quarterbacks.
Bud Light easy take of the week, number 5. The Sixers throwback unis, the black with the Allen, what we
Stay
call
forever.
the Iverson unis. Those are the best throwbacks, right? We're now old enough to reach the point where early 2000s are the throwbacks.
I don't understand that.
And that was an era of incredibly great uniforms for the NBA. But the Sixers ones, those are the best.
Top tier. Is that the one that Iverson walked over?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Top
Tyler
tier.
Wood. I didn't know this was like a generational thing.
What
Yeah.
you mean?
When we were in the 2000s, what were the throwback jerseys then? The 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, just the
I just
or
the-
even
not
early-
even block
or even
letters,
early
the
90s,
thin,
yeah.
thin. But here's another
It's a business.
I
bro. They gotta sell
feel
'em.
throwback jerseys look better than the
current
ones we have.
jerseys.
Because I'll go with this. It's not that it's the Vancouver Grizzlies anymore, but the Vancouver Grizzlies had a lit uniform. The Raptors uniform, top tier. I'll go to even say the Dolphins throwback uniforms that they're using,
The
needs to
Orlando
stay.
Magic's jersey,
Amazing.
I don't understand. That's why I had to ask
That's
it like
why
that.
they went. That's why they went back to their actual jerseys now, and you see people going back to this specific time period where I think designers and the leagues themselves were allowed to be more creative. because
Packers terrible.
if you look at that, that's going
Steelers
back,
terrible.
That's going back too far. I think anytime you go back before integration, all of that stuff looks.
Yeah, I
terrible.
just didn't know it was a whole quote unquote throwback thing. I thought it
Yeah.
was just like these are great jerseys, we're using them. I didn't know these I thought these were still primary jerseys. Like,
Oh, you didn't know? No, see, what leagues did and the designers did, even if you look at logos. So John mentioned how, and I remember the animation around those jerseys were great, around the Grizzlies and the Raptors at that time. All the designs got very simplified and very plain and very boring. So I think people had to throw it back to get these more exciting ones, and they sell. I remember, when was it? When the NFL had... It was in '94, NFL 75th anniversary, and they were wearing throwbacks the whole season. Having all those cards, that was like some of the greatest. Throwbacks always been a thing.
I just, like I said, I was confused by that. I thought those were just the jerseys.
Final-
We that old for real?
Yeah.
Wow. Ain't a throwback. 'Cause
They're
these-
now
these-
trying to say the Miami Vice is a throwback jersey. The
Oh,
original
come on.
one.
That can't be.
I'm telling you.
I think it'd have to go out of circulation first.
I'm telling you.
They never stopped wearing it.
Anyway, one Bud Light Easy take.
Okay, go ahead.
Next to Sox BISS run, there's been no greater run in high school sports in this country than Princeville basketball.
What?
There's been no greater run. There's been no greater run. There's been no greater run.
You know what? They're great.
Cardo, we-
You remember the great run where they lost that one game? And that still haunts them to this day.
We just talked about how great Westminster was.
I don't care about Westminster, bro.
But they were better.
For like 2 years.
No, it was longer than 2 years.
Princeville had a stretch where they won like 4 championships in like 5 years. Westminster only did it 2 years.
Bombers Academy used to like wreck shop too.
Yeah, 1 year.
Sac
Go-
used to wreck
go-
shop too.
Do we have this like a long form? Go and look right now at the longest stretch.
Yeah, let me
of
go
dominance.
Wikipedia.
You know
this.
how bad we are at record keeping and this kind
is
of
what
thing
I'm
you
saying.
always say.
So for the
we
record,
can't even go back and
for-
look at this.
That's what I'm saying. For the record, if we go based on our memory alone, how many championships did Westminster win in their run?
What about
How many championships did Westminster win in their run?
often?
Two.
No, it's
Two.
more. It's more than two.
It's 2 now.
I definitely covered more than 2. I know it's more
You
than
covered
2.
4 great seasons, but they won 2 titles.
I know it's more than 2. I know it's more than
Let's
2.
get Brent on the phone. Let's get Brent on the phone. Let's get Brent on the phone.
I don't remember.
Well, you better go to the archives.
It was 2.
If I don't remember.
It was 2.
Okay, so if we're gonna do that, then I have to talk about the Godfrey McQuay led St. Anne's teams where Horatio Yellow Poitier.
How many championships?
They won 3 in a row.
Keep going. How many Princeville won? If you take the stretch when you add Cambridge's, Dexter Cambridge years, and then you move into McQuay's years, how many championships was it?
I
on that
only
stretch?
remember Princeville winning once.
I don't.
What?
I don't remember this.
Remember, we're in different
I don't remember
eras of
this
school.
dynasty that
No,
Carter's talking
when
about.
in my year, when I graduated, that's when 2003 is when Prince. That's the only
listen,
one that I know.
They are good, right? And the best programs in the no secret, the best programs in the country are the ones that have sustained good coaches at the head of whatever they have going on. And the fact that now you have Ernest Saunders is the head of that Princeville program. Yes, they have been producing very, very good teams. Take no slight at them. You mentioned this whole run starting back with the Dexter Cambridge, then you had Yellow for a while, and then Ernest took over. So that is good coaches back to back to back. So you have that sustained run. I'm just saying I don't remember this dynasty that Princeville basketball built. I can see you
Trash on the BISS system.
I can see
have
you
no notes on this
feverishly
stuff.
searching
No,
through your
nothing.
phone, and you ain't gonna find it.
Because it exists nowhere. But my memory serves me that under
What year
Dexter-
did you go to school?
I started Princeville in September of 02.
So you caught them in the first in the wave. They made the playoffs. They didn't win in 2002.
No, they lost I think BA or SAC that year.
But
I
they
think
won.
SAC
They won in 2003. For sure.
lost the following year, and then came back, won 2 more.
See, at that point, I was already done school, and I was just.
And that's what I'm
tuned out.
saying. Right during that
See, when he
stretch,
say 2002, I know he was going to lose me because doing some.
I'm not talking about the late
we're
90s.
not.
I'm talking about the early 2000s into the 2010s.
All I
things
know is
I'm
whatever
not gonna mention on
whatever
radio.
Prince World record was that year, there was a 1 next to it, and that was us.
Okay, final Bud Light easy take of the week. The Junkanoo thing is over.
It's not. It's never going to be resolved.
That's because they say that they do something in court that could get appealed and appealed and appealed.
What happened this weekend, God, is that the original Valley Boys
Also,
sort
we're
of-
not legal advisors here, so we're just
Right.
going off speculation, guys.
No, it's not speculation. It's actual court reporting. What happened is that the court ruled that the Registrar General's office erred in allowing the New Valley Boys to register. In other words,
Do they have
didn't
a business license?
Apparently they did, but that business license was also pulled into question.
It was some things about that.
Granted, 4 days
You know, we
after
have-
the
Right. So
I
then
know we have a registrar general source. The story behind that is crazy.
and if you like more on that, listen to our podcast.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So no, that was the issue. So the court ruled that they were registered incorrectly, or they were not supposed to be
So
registered.
since they don't have those paperwork right there on our wall.
No, they had the paperwork, but the paperwork was granted without giving full clearance of what should have been considered, and that was the problem. So after that happened, then you move into the whole hoopla of who's the real Valley Boys, and then the new group is saying that, well, we own the name, and the judge is saying, well, you only own that name because it was incorrectly granted to you.
Okay. So
Very easy.
that may not be easy to figure out, but football fans out there, you still have an opportunity to take advantage of these Bud Light specials. Remember, any of the distributors for Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, you can get there, purchase your 2 6-packs of Bud Light, and you have a chance to go and watch the Dolphins take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Just a few weeks ago, Cortez and the Bud Light crew took the last winners to the Falcons-Dolphins game. They had an incredible time. Head to any one of these places distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, enter to win, and you have an opportunity to watch the Dolphins play live.
Stafford going to the end zone, reaching up and making the grab.
Bahamas, are you ready for the ultimate Bud Light football experience? Buy 2 6-packs of Bud Light at any Jimmy's Wines and Spirits location or at participating liquor stores, and you're automatically entered to win. You could score an all-expense-paid trip to watch the Dolphins game live. Don't wait. Grab your Bud Light and get in the game today. Bud Light is distributed by Jimmy's Wines and Spirits, who reminds you to drink in moderation.
Game on, Bahamas. The all-new Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook is where sports fans turn picks into play. From football to basketball and everything in between, we've got the odds that move with the game. It's fast, it's fun, it's built for players who know their stuff. So grab your picks, lock in your parlay, and feel the win with Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook. Welcome back to the Accredited, powered by 10th year seniors here on Guardian Radio 96.9, and the second extended version brought to you by our wonderful benefactors at Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, the biggest, the best sportsbook in the Bahamas, the only place where you can go play and win big. I'm Ronaldo, and I learned that we actually do have a foundation here set for rivalries. We just got to give more scholarships.
I'm John Mark, and I'm still the Prince World Killer.
That's wild. I'm Ricardo, and just telling you, Westminster wasn't as dominant as you think.
They absolutely were. I was there. Like, I'm not... This is not something I feel like you could debate. I was literally there.
Do you think this is how people like question documentaries? Like, nah, ain't true. It's just like
That's exactly how it happens.
We
Joe.
live in a society where people are not entitled to their own opinions. People now are entitled to their own facts, and they make them up.
so. The views and opinions and facts of this show.
Brad got to talk to
our
them.
own. We got to change it.
Brad got to talk to them.
Yeah, I gotta say, yeah.
I never see Prince Will win by 100.
Oh.
I
Who
see.
they play to beat? Who they beat by 100?
It don't matter.
No, it does. It does.
It wasn't one time.
They probably be like Reality or like what the next school name that was in the back.
It would have to be a BASS school.
Wait, hold on. You think it matters?
Yes.
They're a high school basketball team that scored 100 in the Bahamas.
Why we pretending like some high school is just not really high school?
Why are we pretending like it ain't difficult to score 100 no matter who you playing?
I watched some senior girls games. It is.
But they ain't scoring 100, Gato.
This Hawk was close a couple of times.
No, they were not.
A 100 what?
Sorry, John. I'm
See,
glad.
you don't always be sitting there.
But I'm glad because I know John hates senior girls games. Sorry, I shouldn't say that like
He
that.
does not. He does not. What are you talking about?
You know what I hate? I hate that the scores are so lopsided and it's 52-1. That's what I hate.
See, 52. That's only half.
All right, fair play.
I'm
No.
telling you.
But I just want to know. We got to find out for the record. If
I
anybody
will
out there
look into
listening,
it, and next year we will produce
Next
the
week.
final.
Next week. I need to find out.
Probably next.
You know
year,
how we
honestly.
find out? You got to go to the yearbooks.
we don't put that in no yearbook, John.
You don't put those things in the yearbook?
No.
Do you have a yearbook?
Yes, the only thing in our yearbook is like the awards people got. Nothing about sports. They just give it like athlete awards.
That's crazy.
That's why I keep trying to. Y'all think all these high schools out here performing like real high
So
schools?
then it never exists.
That's why.
It exists in the paper.
Y'all know how you and Brent go.
How we go?
Sometimes it wasn't there. It wasn't there.
They was waiting to see the picture.
That wasn't our call, bro. You know how to. You don't act like you don't know.
Well,
how that
first,
used to
Ronaldo
go.
was in college.
That is true.
That time period that he was talking about, bro. I was so out of the loop with what was happening in big
I was in
high school
America.
basketball, bro. I was anyway. So, week 11 of the NFL season. I want to start with Tings is Tings or down
Oh,
bad.
that's a big flip. What's happening? What's up? That's how we close. No?
We closed a couple times because I forget.
Yeah. It just be like that.
Production be. Go ahead now.
I remember now. And you know how I remember?
Go ahead.
Because I remember saying to myself, I want to do more than just limit it to football or limit it to basketball. You know where I want to start? I want to start where our conversation before the break ended. Volley boys. Tings is Tings or down bad?
The Valley Boys specifically or Junkadoo?
The volley boys specifically.
Or which Valley Boy specifically?
So
58?
It ain't just one?
No, it's 58 and it's world famous.
Okay.
So they down bad because we
Alright,
don't even
yeah.
know what
See,
it is.
It's like Stu Gus always said, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have none. So if you have two volley boys,
Ooh.
you don't have none.
How about what
You can't
happens
say
if,
that because 58 say they from the Valley.
so what
Like-
happens if someone else created the Valley Boys?
No. See, you can't say that. You would literally get Perry Christie on a call right now. He would not allow that.
Or
I
we
would
just
welcome
call
it. He
it
could pick games with us.
You
I've
don't
been
want
thinking
that.
about having celebrity prognosticators.
You don't want that. Trust me.
I absolutely
You
do
haven't
want
had
that.
a man give a speech.
I want to hear his takes on the Dallas Cowboys.
You don't want to hear those
I
takes.
absolutely do want to
Can we
hear
just
his
call
takes.
it the Valley?
He would give 85 words just to say, yeah, but they ain't good.
I would love to hear Prime Minister
Articulate.
Davis's
See,
take
that's how I know you used to cover sports and not
on the
news.
Raiders defense.
If you ever had to just write out the quotes from the former prime minister, you realize that, bro, you could have said that in 2 words, but
Who does Brave think is the best quarterback out of that class? Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, or Drake May? I would like to hear that.
he'd probably say Eggman. You don't want these problems. That's what I'm trying to tell
But see,
you.
this is where we're gonna go now.
You think I'm a Kobe fan? All they would keep telling you,
Yeah.
you watch Magic Johnson play?
This is how the thoughts get mumbled because he thinks Princeton was the greatest basketball school.
I know. This is we see it. We see
I
it.
don't.
We
Hold
see
on.
it.
No, I did not say Princeton is
I
the
would love
greatest
to know
basketball
what Michael
school.
Pintar thinks about who's the rookie of the year, VJ, Con Knippel, or Cooper Flag. We should get these people on.
Is.
You don't think Michael Pintar knows who Con Knippel is? He said, I heard him say in a speech that he dunked before. If you dunk before, you know who Con Knippel is. He's a lottery pick. He's currently averaging 16
That
points per
man
game.
of Tim Duncan you to death, bro. You don't want the. Okay, go on. Should
You
you?
hold on. You think he is still watching hoops?
No.
You don't think Perry Christie's still watching football?
No.
You don't think Brave watching football? I know Brave watching baseball. Why do you think these people don't have normal lives? Do you think they only discuss this stuff? They have normal lives.
Doing what?
You don't think they kick back and watch sports from time to time? They listen to us. I know that.
Boy. you got high hopes for these people.
I do. Okay. Miami Dolphins just came off an incredible win. Oh my Lord. Tings are down bad. Of course, we got to go to John first because he is dressed for the occasion.
Tings is Tings because of course we're gonna win against the rivalry team and ruin our draft pick.
Let me tell you something I know about the Miami Dolphins.
You almost slept up just now.
If they great at one thing, it's ruining an opportunity to get the best possible draft pick. I will never forget that year. They were well on the way to tanking. And then Jason Taylor came in giving this stupid inspirational speech. And then they run off like 7-8 wins in a row. And you
then
go
Nick
from
Saban leaves.
And then Nick Saban leaves. You go from possibly having the number 1 pick to somewhere 50 and 60 and give you all too much to think about. And you still ain't have a quarterback all these years later. All right, we're gonna be back and forth. I'm gonna go Golden State Warriors. Because that locker room getting spooky. Tings is Tings or down bad.
They down bad because they ain't playing buddy.
Absolutely down bad because they ain't playing buddy. But you know what else? The Jimmy Butler stuff is now creeping in earlier than we thought. Because now you got
what do you think's gonna happen?
Well, all of us knew it was gonna happen, but now it's like you got 2 of them doing it. Because now Draymond doing it because he ain't gonna let Jimmy Butler out.
Because he got a podcast.
Well, he does have a podcast, but also ain't gonna let Jimmy be the voice, because you saw what happened when KD came there. Draymond still feel like he had to be the voice. So what you think he can do with Jimmy Butler?
Here's my take with this, right? In order, this is just my opinion, to save what is going on, they got to try to trade Draymond. But they can't trade him. No one's going to take him. Because you can't...
What's his value?
Yeah, there's no... he's a great player. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player when it's all said and done. But as of right now... I mean, they got him and Al Horford, who's trying to play center.
And I could not believe that was their big move that they made. Okay, switching back to football for a second. Buffalo Bills, Tings is Tings or down bad. 1 week you go from beating the Chiefs, which you love to do in the regular season. Very next week, let down, lose to the Dolphins. I don't know. I don't know what to think about them.
Didn't they lose to the Falcons too?
Yeah, they lost to the Falcons.
Yeah, they're down bad because... Here's the thing. We said this before. Me or Carter, we agree with stuff and we don't agree with a lot of stuff. But this is one thing. The Buffalo Bills' time is done.
The window's closed?
The window has closed.
They have the MVP.
All right. This is a conversation we need to have.
The window closed?
Not just the window closed.
Wow.
I need us now to go back and take that MVP away from Josh Allen.
Oh, I was saying it in real time. He shouldn't have it.
Yes. I'm now recognizing that. No, he was
Lamar
not the MVP
fatigue.
last
That's
year.
what it
We got to
was.
go back and take it from Mark Mosley first.
No,
No,
but-
in a way, kicker should have no.
Shout out to
no
Mark
MVP.
Mosley.
Yeah.
No, but I felt, and I've said it before, look, the Chiefs Buffalo thing, it's great for football, rivalries. We love them, right?
QC.
Yeah. But in the regular season, you don't care anymore.
No.
Like, it comes to a point where it's like they want to hype this thing up and it's like, all right, this always happens. And Buffalo always gets up for that one game.
Don't they have like a crazy regular season record against the Chiefs? I know it's something in one.
I think
the
they-
Chiefs
I
only
think-
won one.
I think it's only one. But what's the more important record? When you get to the playoffs, have they beat them in the playoffs?
No.
And that's the thing. Look, they built this team. They had the wide receivers. They had the quarterback. They actually had the defense to be able to do things. And they had the 13-2 record, however, or whatever it was, the 14, 13-3, who cares? They lost the opportunity when the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs.
You know where I feel like they made one of their biggest mistakes, and this happens sometimes when you have the great quarterback. The Chiefs were guilty of it for a few years, but at least Mahomes always had Kelsey, and then they realized, okay, this isn't going to work. We need to get those skill position players better around him. I think Buffalo was so content with Josh Allen being this great world beater that they didn't believe they had to shore up those skill position players and invest in it as much as they needed to. And you saw a tremendous shift when Stephon Diggs left. Yes, he may not be the same player, may not get the same separation, but you see what he's still doing with Drake May. Had 9 catches for 105 yards Thursday night. Like, he still has the ability to be a lead guy when necessary. I don't know the receiver on Buffalo that can put up those numbers.
So I love history, right? They're the 2-5 against the Chiefs in playoffs all time. 1967, they lost the AFL championship. Then the Bills.
That was a big game.
Then the Bills during their Super Bowl runs beat them.
Yeah.
The last 4 years, 2021, 2022, 2024, 2025. So 5 years. Buffalo has lost. And let's remember, the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs are the reason why they changed overtime rules. Because
13 seconds.
yeah, 13 seconds. But at the same time, the NFL looked at it and this is how you know they want to prop a certain player. They're like, oh no, Josh Allen got to try to at least make a suit or something. Like you're trying to put the benefit to a player.
That was the whole. I hated that narrative so much because the whole conversation was, oh, Josh Allen had to stand and watch that. Josh Allen deserves
That's
a chance.
football.
What do you? Josh Allen deserves a chance? Why? Why? I mean, shouldn't it just be that the team? Anyway, whatever. Switching it back to basketball. Lakers. Big Sciatica's on the mend. Big Sciatica's practicing with the G League team, so he's on a minor league assignment. Lakers fans, Tings is Tings or down bad?
I think Tings is still Tings, but there are issues.
What are the issues?
We just get blown twice in 1 week.
It's basketball.
It's the OKC Thunder.
That's the problem. It's quite clear that they are.
They're doing it to everybody, you know?
Yeah, but I thought
without
we had
Jay Williams.
I thought we had a shot.
Big Sciatica, you know?
I thought we had. Well, I know Big Sciatica kid.
What?
Boy,
He ain't changed no 40-point game.
Watch your mouth. Yes, he can.
He like 87. Man.
If he's 41.
y'all
first of
putting
all.
some disrespect on Big Sciatica.
You must not know.
Bro.
Big Sciatica just getting into his unk era. You know how much he could enjoy that. People think Big Sci coming there to try to be the same ball dominant, high usage rate player that he was before. No, he coming in there to unk things up.
I know how I feel about that, bro.
Watch how much better Ayton could be.
See, and here's the thing that I hate the most about these Lakers fans,
I
right?
just don't know.
They want to jump on the Aiden is trash immediately. It don't matter. It'll take him. Oh no, I ain't like how you play. No, he's trash. We ain't need him.
I think the thing y'all keep forgetting about Laker fans is this.
They need instant gratification.
No, Laker fans is a spectrum, bro. You have people that are banned. They are. They are. You have core Laker fans that no matter what happened, they're going to remain loyal to that team. And then you have a lot of people that just come with players and then get stuck there.
Yeah.
You have the people who started with Magic, who started with Kobe.
I
and then
leave him
just
when
get-
LeBron and Ayton go.
That's fine. That's fine.
I
That's
looking
fine.
at this. Aiden had 5 shots.
Why? It wasn't like nobody was saying don't shoot the
Luca
ball.
shot 20.
And he was having fun.
Austin Reeves shot 12.
He was having fun.
Your boy,
Well, I don't glean too much from
Hold
the
on,
40
hold on.
point
Go
blow.
ahead. The
Hutch-
fourth option.
your fourth option, had 11 shots.
But you also can't glean too much from a blowout, though, because when you losing by 4, I bet they was only playing like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah. 'cause
Yeah, you can't.
It was out of hand from the
From
end
the
of
break.
second quarter.
Yeah. So you can't take too much from that game. Even
See,
looking
all
at
I'm
shot
saying is
attempts.
this. Laker fans are on a spectrum. You're going to have those wild swings where when there's a loss, it's not going to be like a basic loss, like we just move on. You're going to have the fans that doom and gloom. Everything has to be
Sky is
blown up.
falling.
Yes. That's the Lakers. They're a big franchise. They're a big, city team. You're going to have these people that don't understand the basketball rules and logic, and they're just going to swing wild with the fence. Oh, LeBron is back. We should be perfect. We lose again. Oh, LeBron sucks. He's old. You're going to have that. But the narrative, you're going to have that.
I feel like you just described
Wait.
Bohemians with everything just
That's
now.
why we're here with the Laker fans.
Would you, as I heard you
We
saying that,
saw a parade, and we was like, but they look good, boy. Wow. That's how the majority of even became Laker fans.
no, you know that ain't true. It's all from Sweet Bells.
No way.
Of course it's from Sweet
No
Bells.
way.
But you putting some disrespect on
Of
Sweet
course it's
Bells.
from
You know how I
Sweet
feel
Bells.
about it. You know how I feel about it. You see Rick Fox, right?
We also got to
Active.
talk. We got to
He
talk
active.
about your boy. You know what? Before we get to, I got one. Oh, you know what? I'll just work it into this. Rick Fox's political aspirations.
Active, bro.
Tings is Tings or down bad.
Takes his takes, boy. I've never seen nobody actively be recruited. Like he's
I don't understand the plan.
There is no plan.
There has to be a plan. There has to be a plan.
It's clear
Listen,
there's no plan.
the
He's
whole-
out there.
Let me give him his props. The video with Sawyer Boy, that was incredible. That is great marketing for this generation. You go to somebody that taps into that. I don't understand the plan. I just don't know where
The
it's
plan is
supposed
to just
be
get
going.
in the seat.
That
For who?
For anybody.
Anyone.
And I think this is the issue. I think Rick Fox thought that we had a president. I don't know why. Because he thinks he could just launch his individual campaign and just go. Like it would just happen fair. Like it's like, bro, it don't work like that. You
That's
gotta be a
also
part.
not how being president works.
No, you
No,
can start,
but
you can start a campaign
all
just out
these-
of the blue.
But that ain't gonna really work.
All Rick Fox has to
Yeah, that's how Donald Trump became president.
No, he had to be attached to a major political
No.
party.
No.
Donald-
If he was by himself, that was not
No,
working.
but you know how it is?
No.
You know how it is? You got to look at Travis Robinson in that situation where he was an independent and then the F&M courted him.
Yeah.
So
And that's what
this,
Rick Fox
this,
is trying
this
to
is
do.
the same thing. So he's just got to find like Long Island somewhere,
It ain't gonna be Long Island.
somewhere.
It ain't be Long Island.
He got a look that could get away. Though.
Yeah, it could be Long Island, bro.
Okay,
Okay, Abaco.
It can work there.
There you go.
I know.
It
I
work
can
there.
work there.
It work there. It
So
work
he
there.
could-
It can work
He
there.
was started as an independent,
Yeah, Curly.
and then
Centerville too. It can work
yeah,
there.
someone's going to court him.
Yeah.
I get that. Like, but at some point, I don't even know if that is be the plan. Sometimes I think he's starting to just enjoy.
And
this
that's where I'm at right
ambiguity.
now. He's just happy to be relevant.
He loving this.
It's so wild to me because I was like, bro, you know, this is how you get elected. Right? It's fun to watch, but this shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. But I want him to keep doing it.
I
It's
do
the
want him
funniest
to
thing.
keep doing it
It's the
because you know what I like? I love seeing the transition because it started with just the Facebook essays. It started with the Facebook essays, and it started with a Facebook essay, and then there was the backlash to that, and then it became a series of essays, and now it's moved into sketch comedy, and I just
Well,
want to know where it goes next.
in between the essays and this, the thing with Sawyer Boy, there was a random day where he was just pissed off at potholes. And I was like, bro, why are you this mad, bro? Like, we've been experiencing this. I was like, why? Like, who made you this angry about it? But I had to drive with 4 fly. I was like, Rick, calm down.
I know it's got some
He
nice.
ain't wrong though. Whatever happened to the person that used to plant like a tree in the potholes?
I
don't
watched
know.
you win 3 titles with the Lakers. You make so much money.
I just didn't know he was this passionate.
You're so rich.
Esports expensive, you know.
Boy.
Just make a lot of money too. You've been in so much movies.
Yeah. No, he having a time in his
He's
life,
enjoying
right?
it. I'm not gonna lie, and I like watching that. I just want to see where it goes next because that's why I say, "What's the plan?" I'm okay if there's no plan. By the way, I cool with that.
Let me just say it for the record: if we ever switch systems and we become like a republic and we elect Rick Fox the president, but I'll take a vote just to experience that for 5 years. It might.
I'm not. You know what? You know what? I'm actually impressed at because, bro, you know, after them first couple of essays, they was in here for nothing.
Famous isn't reading that.
They was in them comment section throwing haymakers. But you know what Rick say? I win 3 titles.
Bro,
I win 3 titles.
It's a big
I ain't
deal.
going out like that. I sticking with it.
I knew he had a chance from he mentioned the titles, and when people tried to check him on like where you come from, he's like, bro, Holiday Ice. From you just randomly threw Holiday Ice in a discussion, I'm like, okay, like it's that serious?
I know he was good once he dropped Jordan.
Wow, for no reason.
He dropped Jordan. When I see him drop Jordan, I was like,
Random Wednesday night.
Oh, you going after their heart. Because now this ain't just about running anymore. You going after their heart.
Random Wednesday.
For him to get into the pothole thing, it was like, maybe that's just the next evolution. Now he going about getting into the actual issues because he wasn't into issues before. Rick Fox was like, why are y'all just doing this when it's election season? Where were y'all before? And I say, all right, Rick.
I know we supposed to be talking sports and like this the
Hold
gamble
on.
an hour. Go ahead.
Did y'all see this? The looters raid the boats of goods of the container of North Abaco.
Yes.
That was going to be my next thing. So down.
No, I just want to say, I just like the way we progress in politics. The funniest thing I'm seeing in the last 2 weeks is this whole thing between Travis Robinson and Sabas.
Oh, Lord.
Travis Robinson pulled up with, he was helping this lady repair a roof.
This is-
One roller fell. Like he had a picture of him holding it on his shoulder. Sabas then the next, they took a picture in a warehouse full of roofing supplies.
sitting on her.
It's like, bro, what are we doing?
It ain't cool. Though.
He helped Travis went to help like a small business owner.
We're going back to politics thing, right? Why
me
is
in
it
for a
now
minute.
all of a sudden that it's just like, I'm paving this road now, and I'm paving this road, and this road has, and it's just like, y'all couldn't do that 3 years ago? When y'all first get in, it's like, oh, now we could do something. Like,
I
come
wouldn't
on.
even go far back as 3 years. I'd go 6 months ago. Before the by-election, you could have gone on there and just paved the road.
This is what Rick Fox saying, dog.
I
More people
respect
got to
it.
listen to Rick Fox. Anyway, final things are down bad. Pirates of the Caribbean, Abaco edition. Things are down bad.
Thanks is thanks, bro.
Yeah,
I want a
but
boat.
I was gonna do the same
They
thing.
take
If
it
that
like
was me.
brand new washers off the wire, bro.
Oh, I was about to ask because I didn't.
Did
do
you
a
not
deep
see
dive
the
into
container boat?
What did they get?
Tires, washers, like
Look at this.
The whole works, bro.
Containers.
Yeah, I don't know what's in them, so I don't know what they were
Apparently,
going on.
household supplies headed for Puerto Rico is now in Abaco.
So now we got beef with Puerto Ricans.
I think we got beef for Puerto Ricans. What I want us to do is if y'all can put these on things for sale, let me know now. Let me know I can scoop up one or two of them watches.
I don't need Bad Bunny and his people getting
If
upset.
he got
at
the
us.
Super Bowl, at least we could get a couple containers. No?
Hey, look, boy, these people going crazy. Looking at this video.
I did not know piracy was
Wait,
like still a
I
thing.
want
like
to.
that.
You know what is
is.
really impressive? How quickly they get on the. But there's so many people
It's
on
not
that boat.
even. It's not even about how quickly they got on.
It seemed like they
How you
mobilized
getting
very
the,
quickly.
how you getting the washers down? Like you just dropping whole washers and people catching them?
No, you know what this is? This is how you know a community could get together.
Yes, I was
Because
about to
all
say
of
that.
the boats are parked properly and everyone helping everyone. We can do it, Bahamaland. We can do it.
This shows tremendous
Unity?
ingenuity, tremendous unity, and to the people
Look at
of
all these
Abaco.
tires.
Yeah, see, I didn't know what they were actually getting, and now John is showing me videos of the spoils of war, so to speak.
Ain't no spoiler war. They had to do nothing.
Look, see? Washer, washer, washer.
Yo, how we fit all of that onto that boat?
This dude got
The
6
question
washers.
you should ask is how he dropped the washers from the top.
Because,
up.
okay, I feel like this. This is my opinion.
We can ask all the questions
Yeah.
right now. Football
Any-
ain't going nowhere.
Anyone who has looted that boat or cargo ship, please send us an email at
Please
info at
send us an
10thseniors.com.
email. We need to hear from you
Because
at info at 10ys.com.
My whole thing is this. We know how heavy a washer dry. I had to call Ronaldo and Andrew to come help move my old one. That's when I was still recovering from my knee surgery.
Heavy.
It heavy. It heavy. This is how you know there was probably 600 washers and the guy said, wait, I want 10. The other guy's like, I want 10 too. All right, there's like 50 more in here. So we could, I'll help you take your 10 down if you help me take my 10.
One question before we move on to this, right?
Because you know he ain't lift not one of them.
Oh my lord.
You know he lift not one of them.
One question before
They took him out the
we
box.
move on to this, right? So where these things like that?
Me and Lana go now. So
Nah,
as I
that's it.
said,
So once they did, that's it.
Here, yeah,
barely
but
so.
here's where I feel, right?
Mama said, if you have any flights going,
Boy,
just let me know.
the mistake is this.
There's no repercussions for this. Like
Well, I think the maritime law is that after the boat has been declared like not salvageable, that if
It's
you
a free
take-
fall,
yeah.
like it's something like that. But this is the thing where I
No
would,
way.
yeah. This is the thing
But
where
I think the problem here is the boat has not been declared that
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, okay.
We
People
jumped,
just say-
we jumped the gun.
this is where, and
if it's free, it's me.
let's not going to be
Of course.
surprised if the defense force gets there, right? And then the defense force has a big auction. But let me know where that auction is, though.
Info at 10ys.com. Okay.
You can help hit you a parlay, and you could,
Now let's get to week 11. Baseball expensive, but might say. Gotta send so much money with him on Sunday. Okay, let's get to week 11. Week 11 already started with Cardo. Do you want to quickly give
Best
any
game of
takes
the week,
on
boy.
last night?
Best game of the
the
week.
Dolphins?
Cannot be the best
It-
game of the week. It's the
I'm
only.
not
game.
talking about last week. I'm talking about this week.
Yeah. Okay. It's the only one that happens.
That's the point. There's none better. But right now, best game of the week.
Drake.
Have you seen a better QB performance?
So
this
does
week?
your week start on a Sunday
My
or
week
a
starts
Monday?
on a Thursday. Thursday.
I'm just asking because some people say the week starts
Have you
Sunday.
seen a better running back so far for the week?
This is the Travion Henderson we've been waiting to see. I don't know why
Justin
they was
Fields.
messing around with that Ramondre
That's
Stevenson
close.
thing.
Ramondre decent now. Let's not do that.
Yes, but this is what Travion Henderson. People were saying this is what Travion could be from the very beginning.
Oh no, we knew he could have been this. It was quite clear that him and Mike Vrabel had some sort of situation.
So I don't know what we was waiting on because like running back is the one position where ain't gotta be no. You don't have to sit and wait on anything to play running back. The same thing you was doing in college, you do that in the NFL.
How we can get a boat? Because I mean, I want things to be things for us.
10-year seniors, things are down by.
We can get a
Currently,
boat.
we don't have a boat,
So
so we
down
down by.
by.
We watching all this piracy. We could be setting up shop. Wait, what?
They had to lift this stuff down.
They are repelling.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Unity.
Who do we know who knows how to do that?
I need somebody.
This
who
is
can get
better
me
than
down to
NFL
go.
teams.
Chick Johnny challenge.
Yeah.
Chess was already the day talking
Chest of
about
them,
this.
chest of them know how to do that.
He probably yeah.
We want to give some advice to those people that, we give gambling advice, but let's give some legal advice, which we're not lawyers. But hey, don't put this on things for sale right now. Hold off a little bit before you try. Put these things in your house or sell them to friends and family.
Yo, so much people are getting washes
Yeah.
for Christmas. Like they, so many people are getting washes.
You know why? You know why social media messed life up? And again, it's supposed to be a gambling, but this is too funny. You know why social media messed life up? Because imagine the conversation that would have happened if you had family in Abaco and you didn't know that this thing happened.
Absolutely.
And y'all could just call you. You want a new washer?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you get a washer from? Don't
worry
worry
about
about all that.
You want to wash your own.
But you know what the thing is? Oh, you building a house? I got a housewarming gift for you.
So this is what I'm trying. Abaco about to be so clean. Oh, you think people getting together and like they're trying to open laundromats? Because what are you gonna do with 10 washes each?
But see, this is you deal with that after the fact.
You just get what's
right
okay,
now.
all
You
right.
just go. If somebody opens one of the middle trailers and they reckon, but a lot of TVs in here, then you'll see another round of just TVs leaving the
Boy,
boat.
they
They
are
go in
TVs?
trailer by trailer by trailer.
I assume they had a lot
And by
of
these
stuff.
videos, you can see it's about at least 200 trailer, whatever you call it, cargo
You
shipping
know how
containers.
expensive a 40-foot container is?
A 40-foot container full of washers, a 40-foot container.
No, but
what
just a
else is in there?
40-foot container by itself.
Right. Fair point.
They
All
can't
right.
put that on the boat.
You never know. Don't dare these people. Please. It can take 3 dudes to push one of them empty ones
So
over.
who's more impressed? The Patriots running back? Or these people bringing washers
The
down?
people in
from the
Abaco.
loot?
People in Abaco. Hands
Best-
down.
If we
People in
talking about
Abaco.
best
It's
performance
not-
so far for the week,
Yeah.
Abaco
Drake
on the
May had a
lines
great
up.
one.
We could agree. See, that was an easy take right
Yeah.
there.
Drake May
If
had
we
a
want to
great
give
one.
good
Go
advice though, protect your knees, protect your back, lift properly.
Yeah.
I need to worry about that right now.
Team
You got to.
lifting. When it
Listen.
says 2 people, it's 2 people.
Now lay on the open water, you just can't.
But
You know what you.
at this
You
point,
think LeBron got sciatica? You don't want that right now. This is a golden opportunity. You might not see this moment again. You got to be prepared for the moment. Stretch, hydrate, do everything necessary to get out there and perform.
you guys are right. We show too much to social media nowadays.
Yeah,
we
it's-
absolutely do. But Drake May had an incredible performance. Travion Henderson was even better, but not as good as the people in Abaco.
I would love to, y'all in the documentary business. I'd love to see a documentary about this.
You know the game. You live for the rivalries. The buzzer beaters, the Hail Marys. At Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, we're built for that energy because we're built for players. Better odds, faster action, smarter bets. Visit everybodywinslive.com or drop into an EWL location and feel the difference. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players. You know the game. You live for the rivalries. The buzzer beaters, the Hail Marys. At Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, we're built for that energy because we're built for players. Better odds, faster action, smarter bets. Visit everybodywinslive.com or drop into an EWL location and feel the difference. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players. Let's go to Sunday morning. This is one of those mornings where you got to remember, set your lineups. If you are betting on this game, make sure you get it in early because the Dolphins are on the road, high off the victory of defeating the Buffalo Bills. Sunday morning at 9:30, they take on the Washington Commanders. Where's this game? Spain?
Yeah, Madrid.
They take on the Washington Commanders in Madrid.
I'm gonna say this.
NFL
right?
International.
Shout out to the NFL. Put the Dolphins at 9:30 every Sunday so we can get it over with.
But based on how they were celebrating in the locker room, I don't know if people feel like that.
No, that was the Super Bowl. Like, this is the one time Buffalo fans are right. That was our Super Bowl.
I've heard Dolphin fans say that they could win out now and be in the mix.
We could win out what? We could win out the games in Europe?
Yeah.
The one?
Maybe.
I think they win this game, though.
See? Here we go.
No, okay.
Here we go.
The quarterback situation for
So there's no Jaden Daniels. There's a Marcus Mariota. And for some, John had this take that it was addition by subtraction.
Right.
The feeling of Chris Greer being gone, and not just that, Jalen Phillips being gone, allowed the Dolphins defense to fulfill its true potential.
Look, if you talk to me right now and say, hey, how did the Dolphins perform with him on the roster? With how they perform, the sample size may be small without.
Very small.
Actually, it's probably bigger than you think because he was injured and all that. I could guarantee they perform better with him not in the lineup.
Okay. Counterpoint.
No counterpoint.
Hold on. He had an incredible game for the Eagles.
But he always had one incredible game for the Dolphins.
almost games.
Almost. Almost
He
games?
in the league in almost.
He's
so good at almost getting a sack.
Okay, so he goes out, he has a good game, then next thing you know, he has one half a hit.
Yeah. I'm taking the Dolphins to win this game too, by the way. And I do think that I think Tua's going to put up some really good numbers in this game. I honestly feel like them playing with this, they love to have nothing to play for but to ruin draft picks. So they may have, the scary thing about it is why Dolphin fans are going to be susceptible to believing in this. They have an incredibly easy schedule over the course
but
of
our
the next
easy
few
schedule,
games.
when we had the Panthers and we had those easy
Hey,
teams.
but look at the Panthers now, 5-5.
Yeah, superstar quarterback.
They play in like I think they got the Saints and then the Bengals. Flacco could have one of those games. Anyway, I'm taking the Dolphins to win. Cardo, what you got?
Gonna go with the Dolphins.
Wow.
Look at that.
New York Giants against the Green Bay Packers. No, we are going to go this entire season not knowing exactly what the Packers are or what to think about them. But the headline in this game, of course, we know Jackson Dart in concussion protocol, so he's not playing. I don't know what kind of relationship they have with Russell Wilson. He's not
Not
playing.
a good one.
Not a good one. In steps
Man.
Jameis Winston starting at quarterback this week for the Giants. What effect does that have on this game and the Lions?
First of all, I didn't even know the Giants coach got fired.
Yeah, Brian Daboll up out of there.
Wasn't he coach of the year like a year ago?
Literally a minute ago. And then also it seemed like he had a great relationship with Jackson Dart. And I'm kind of questioning, we know what injuries did to them. They pretty much broke this team down. Literally, your only 3 stars, starting with Malik Neighbors, gone. Cam Scatterbo, gone. Jackson Dart now in concussion protocol. So he's literally losing everything. That don't get him the benefit of the doubt?
No, you can't give him credit for what is sort of kind of happening the last year. This was the same guy that was at the helm when they got rid of Saquon, they got rid of Daniel Jones, everything that happened with that team prior to. So this firing isn't because what's happening now. This is a result of everything that happened the last 6 years. Like, he should have been gone.
Fair enough. I could agree with that. Maybe he should have been gone earlier. I just question doing it now at this point in the season.
Yeah, because the season is done. So you could now have somebody just go in there, finish it up, get the best draft pick possible, and then start the build for the future.
That being said, do we think Jameis has some magic? Does he eat the W like John was just pantomimed?
No, he just gonna have a lot of fun. They gonna lose. They gonna lose.
It's going to be a fun
I'll
game.
say this. What's the over for Jameis? Go over. Interceptions.
Yes.
Go over yards. Because it's going to get to a point where he's going to throw so much.
He definitely throwing 2 picks.
He's throwing so much, right? That he is going to throw the interceptions. But then he's going to have to throw, and he makes some good throws. I just want to see what speech he has. Over under 32 and a half seconds on that pregame speech.
Over. Jameis about to get on the pulpit. He about to talk about what opportunity.
You know how you
is
said you were
and
excited
staying
with
ready?
Tua's post-game interviews?
Yeah. Jameis is that guy.
Jameis going to have one.
People are
I love my guys. We went out there and we played hard. I can't be mad at them.
People want Jameis to retire so bad because the arms race that is going to be to get him in someone's studio could be amazing. It'll be like he was coming out of high school all over again, being recruited to go to college. Because that's how much people want Jameis on TV. They want him to be done with this. I'm taking the Packers in this game, and they desperately need a get-right game because I don't know what that was last Monday night, only putting up 7 points against the Eagles. I don't know. Losing to the Eagles is not bad in itself, but then when you couple that with losing the horrible games that they have to the
And that's why this
Browns
Jalen
and the
Phillips thing
Panthers-
is just false hope because that was a terrible game.
Jalen Phillips. All right. So we're all going Packers at this one. Let's move on. This is actually kind of an intriguing game to me. Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans.
When did Houston be able to score without your boy?
That was probably one of the most, next to the Buffalo thing, that was more shocking last week.
I think that was more shocking than Buffalo.
No.
And the reason why, no. The reason
Buffalo
why
was
I
the
say that,
biggest favorite
no,
of the
I
week.
understand where you coming from that, but we saw early that Miami was dominating the game. It wasn't something
mean the fourth
when it
quarter?
became a
Okay.
shocking thing because
All
we
right.
saw Jacksonville up. We knew this was gonna happen, and then slam, bam, thank you, ma'am. I win this game. So that's why I
That's
think
exactly what they said.
that's why I think it was more shocking because you're going down it was 29-10 into the fourth quarter, and then you come back and win that game. If Buffalo would have come back and beat Miami, what would people have said?
It would have been expected. Yeah, I don't think people would have been shocked.
When you say that Houston came back and won the game, you're like, what?
Yeah. No, I couldn't believe that actually.
But that's what I'm saying. It all depends. It was all that Miami dominated so early that you were just like, oh, Miami go win this game. Like Buffalo was just out of sorts.
Is there anything still positive to glean from this season for Cam Ward and the Titans?
They have a win.
I know that's enough.
That is definitely enough.
You know what? I think they're about to have 2. I think the Titans win this game
How?
by scoring more points than
Who's the
Texans.
quarterback for Texans this week?
Davis Mills. the
Okay.
third.
So you going with Titans too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think I asked him who the quarterback for the
I'm
Titans
trying to
was?
figure out who. Would,
I mean, the Texans was.
Give me some insight, because after what John did with the the Dolphins pick last week, I'm very interested in putting together a parlay. What is your reasons for the Titans?
One quarterback.
That's okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
See, not enough to get on the parlay. You just can't say because he blocked.
See, at least I gave.
I said nothing. I didn't say that.
I
didn't
at
say
least
that.
when I picked the Dolphins, you asked
It was
me why.
reason. It
I
was
said
reason.
the reason is the rivalry thing. Like there's always one, and this is the one. Now I hope the Dolphins lose.
This is a huge rivalry. It's confusing as to who gets to wear the throwbacks.
That is true.
This is huge.
Wait, who actually is?
That's my point.
Wait,
Who has custody of the
the
Oilers?
Titans.
The Titans are allowed to wear the Oilers.
Yeah, because the Texans are theoretically a whole new franchise.
Look,
but is that right? Because they in Houston.
I don't mean to shift the conversation, right? I feel like we really need to do a podcast on this. I just now found out recently this whole Browns Ravens thing, and it threw me for an entire loop.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Like the Ravens are technically the Browns,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah, that they moved. They relocated from
The
Cleveland.
Browns are a
to
new
the
franchise
Ravens.
technically.
Yeah.
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 So I didn't know like
So the Browns is a
the
new
team that's in Baltimore is technically the Browns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have that history.
They have the Browns history.
No, didn't they get the NFL? The NFL gave it back.
They gave it back because the Browns didn't have to come back and be the Browns. The Browns could have came back and been Baytown Bombers, but they chose to have that same.
Yeah.
Where the
wanted to
So
be
they
that
had to
same
they had to
franchise.
fight the NFL or the Ravens
Right.
to get custody back of their old standard.
Right.
But here's an example I'll give you. Oklahoma City Thunder owns the Supersonic stuff.
Seahawks, yeah.
Right.
They have already said publicly, if the Supersonics
Come
come
back,
back,
then they have their
we will
history.
then
Yeah.
transfer their history back to them. And then you only have okay. But now that they have a championship, they don't care.
All right.
You know what I'm
'Cause they
saying?
build it on.
Yeah. So
But it's
that'll be
just
the
weird,
same
'cause
thing.
I saw a video clip, and I was like, "That's Art Modell." Mm-hmm. And that's when I like went in the deep dive, and I was like, "Wait, hold on, what?"
You got to realize Baltimore always wanted that since the Colts left.
Yeah.
When the Colts left, they needed the NFL to come
But I
back.
didn't know I thought it was just a expansion franchise. That's what I thought the Ravens was. I had no idea the Ravens
Yeah,
is
they left.
technically the Browns.
Yeah, they left. They left Cleveland.
Now that's a rivalry.
Yeah.
You have a lot to fight for there.
Another rivalry: Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers.
I know rivalry, bro.
Yes, it is. Let's talk to people in Atlanta and Carolina. No, my bad.
Hey,
It's the Saints.
it's the Saints, yeah.
It's the Saints.
I
think
hate
about. My
Drake
bad.
London. He's terrible.
I know what you're doing. Okay, got you. Let him know.
He
you gotta
does
let him-
nothing. He
let him
does
get that
nothing
off.
for me.
Let him get that off.
Falcons, I don't know what's wrong with them. Panthers are gonna win.
Take the over on Drake, mate. Take the over.
I think you got to take the over on Bijan Robinson because
He is due. He
has to be. Due.
You know what I know? Because as I know, Ronaldo has him in the fantasy team. And it's like this 2 rushing touchdowns, and they don't even give it to your boy once.
You don't give it to Bijan Robinson once, and then the week before he has like 80. No, the week before he has like 50 something yards. He hasn't scored a touchdown in 3 weeks, which for somebody who's
Drake
supposed to be
London-ish.
Yeah. So, but it's even worse for a running back getting all them touches.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Panthers, 500 team. Bryce Young and them boys got some big wins. Rico Dowdle.
I'm gonna go Falcons.
Falcons scare me, man. I like the Panthers to win this game.
Drake
I like
London
Bryce Young and the
terrible.
Panthers. John is just gonna go Drake London's terrible. Well, this is a no-lose situation in this game. JJ McCarthy and the Vikings against Caleb Williams and the Bears. Listen,
Shout out to the Bears.
shout out to the Bears. Shout out to Ben Johnson because I like when people judge a lot of these offensive coordinators sometimes, Mike McDaniel notwithstanding, but people judge these OCs and say, hey, they don't have what it takes to be a head coach. Well, no, if I have all these great ideas and I'm giving it to that guy, then perhaps I do have what it takes. So it started slow for the Bears, but now look at what Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson got cooking. I like the Bears to win this game, and I think that Caleb Williams is developing this reputation as a clutch performer. That win over the Bengals, and then what he's continued to do since then. We talk about the Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams thing. He may be the first pick and came around the last out of those three, but he's looking really good right now. I like the Bears to win this game.
I like the Bears too. The Bears are going to be 7-3 after this game.
Yeah.
Like, you remember, and
huge.
it's always something where, remember when the Bengals were the laughing stock, then the Bears were the laughing stock, the Dolphins always been a laughing stock.
Straight through,
Yeah.
consistent.
It's like, you could see the progression of Caleb Williams. Like, yeah, he may paint his fingernails,
Yeah,
but he balling.
he is balling.
I want to go with the Bears for one reason and one reason only. I found out this week that a lot of the young kids don't know Rex Grossman is a thing.
What?
Like, they don't know the Bears at one point went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you know Caleb Williams is already getting consideration as the greatest Bears quarterback.
Yeah.
ever. Because they have a history of horrible quarterbacks.
Which is true, but I had a weird conversation, and I was like, the Bears was one time like in the Super Bowl, and it's like, no.
And Devin Hester returned the opening kick for a touchdown.
It's like I watched that game. What are
I
you
thought
talking
they was
about?
about to run it up.
Bro,
They ran up that for, if they would have ended the game.
The rain.
yeah,
The
I
rain.
wanted
That was
that
the
for Peyton
Miami
Manning
Super Bowl.
so bad, but I was so scared when Devin Hester returned that kick. I was
love-
like, Peyton finally got here, and this was about to happen.
I love how it's like people's like, it's the rain, it's the rain, and
It
then
was.
they had a Super Bowl in New York, and it's like in the
that
winter,
was
and
horrible.
they got blessed that it didn't snow.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. They were so lucky that they put it there. That they manipulated the weather. What can I say?
The mob.
But I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Yeah.
The mob thing.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars against the LA Chargers. This is a must-win game for the Jaguars.
They done.
I don't know what
They done.
They are the Packers of the AFC.
Yeah,
Yes.
they done.
You think they done?
They done.
But if they win this game, then they're
They
not.
done.
No.
The only reason I want them to win is because I realized this week that the Chiefs technically on the fringe of not making the playoffs. That was like the strangest thing I
So
saw.
you
in
need
this-
the Chargers to. And to me, this might be the most even game on the schedule because I don't believe in the Chargers either.
I think the Chargers are going to win this game, and I think it's going to be easier than expected.
You think Jacksonville never recovers from the emotional letdown
Travis
of
Hunter,
that game?
man.
Yeah,
They ain't got Travis.
they do need Travis. The next two
But yeah, emotional letdown for sure.
emotional letdown. Yeah.
Did Arizona win the next game when they played after they played the Titans?
No.
Yeah, emotional letdown.
Buffalo Bills against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Ha! I can't say what I was about to say on air, but
Now I'm intrigued. What were you about to say?
You know exactly what
you
he's
know
about to
exactly.
say.
I was gonna play a voice note.
Oh, the sound. The soundboard.
Yeah, so
Leave the Bills.
I don't care about Buffalo that much. The time's over. I've already given the AFC East to New England Patriots.
Windows closed.
Baker Mayfield is gonna put it on them,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna do the Dougie on them.
Yeah. He's good at that. Both of those things. Yeah, I'm taking the Buccaneers to win this game. He's got Ibuka
Are you
back.
taking because
I'm sorry, not Buffalo. I'm taking the Bucks to win this
okay?
game.
So you're picking the Bucks because Baker could dance?
I'm taking the Bucks because this is a huge week for piracy, like my people in Abaco have showed us.
Shout out
And
to people in
Buccaneers
Abaco.
are winning all around.
If
So-
you guys got a washer laying around that you want to
Hey,
give,
man,
you know,
I'm just saying, if y'all
email at info@10ys.com.
if y'all ever enjoyed our content and say, I'm bless them boys with something.
Yeah, TV.
Just get us something off the trailer.
Hey, you got some big TV. We need a bigger TV for a
I want to
backdrop.
go.
Thanks, Alive.
I want to go with the Buccaneers, but
Yeah.
I don't think we see a playoff scenario where we don't see the Chiefs or the Bills. I
So
don't
you're
think
saying
the
this
NFL
fixes in.
They'll
Yeah,
be
I
in
don't.
there.
I don't think the NFL will allow that to happen.
Yeah. No,
So
you need Josh Allen and Mahomes. In
Yeah, the Buccaneers
first
could.
round.
The Buccaneers could lose this game. The Bills can't. So I'm gonna go with the Bills for that reason alone.
Let's go Steelers, Bengals. Is the Aaron Rodgers thing done?
Yes.
Is Joe Burrow back this week?
No, he's not back this week.
He was in practice.
Yeah, but
He's on like that practice. You know, like they give you that 15-day practice window before you could be activated or something like that.
Going the Steelers.
Where's the game in Pittsburgh?
I need the Bengals to win this game.
Yeah, I
you
need
do.
them too.
For Ravens purposes,
Ravens.
I need the Bengals to win this game.
Jesus Christ, we could have a playoffs without the Ravens, the Bills.
No, the Ravens got the easy schedule.
Yeah, Ravens got chalk
The
coming up.
Ravens will be fine.
Yeah, no. We could have a playoffs without the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs. That's possible.
So
Ravens
you're
have the Browns this week.
and the Colts and Patriots are back. So it's just like us growing up all over again.
Wow. Everything's
And the Broncos are there as well.
football is so cyclical. Arizona Cardinals. We talked about our childhood. I almost called them Phoenix. Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers. Is Brock Purdy ever coming back? What is happening?
Clearly not.
He got that money and he said, I ain't living in this $800 apartment no more.
Congrats to Purdy and the Purdy family, bro. Because, wow. They finessed this. Well, no, he get hurt.
I want to have the conversation. Where could he be next year?
Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
He could play
Kansas
for
City.
He could play for John now.
He could play, he could be the backup in Kansas City.
Actually, both you got a couple quarterbacks in here that will be on the market. The Jets will be looking for one.
You
right?
don't. John mentioned last week a direct trade Tua for
Kyler Murray.
You don't make that trade for Brock?
What?
Would you make a trade for
No,
Brock?
absolutely not.
Look at Niall's face.
No, I would say no because hold on, for very specific reasons. One, I feel Kyler Murray's ceiling is higher. Two, these 49er quarterbacks outside of the Shanahan system have not looked great. Like we see them have success there, but outside of that,
Exactly.
maybe the system more than them. So because and nothing proves that more than the fact that Mac Jones walked into the job and was playing just as good as Brock Purdy.
And that's the reason why they're going to win this game.
And we saw Jimmy Garoppolo go to a Super Bowl and was a ridiculous third down throw from Patrick Mahomes from winning that Super
Now
Bowl.
I'm picking the Cardinals, so who you picking?
Go to the Cardinals.
Jacoby Brissett is playing incredible. Hold on. Don't act like Jacoby Brissett ain't balling right now. Don't act like Jacoby Brissett don't have Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison being everything that people thought they were going to be. No?
So, wait, you said they weren't that under Kyler?
No.
But he would have still picked them if Kyler was playing.
Marvin Harrison was struggling. That man was crying on the field.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are going to win this game. This is a game. Let's put it this way. This game is too big for
Their
this is the
defense
same
ain't no more,
thing
Joe.
where he said with Buffalo, they have to win.
Yeah, but we thinking about the 49ers still having that defense. They don't.
Yeah, okay.
They too hurt.
Okay.
They don't. Okay.
Jacoby Brissett ain't going to just thread them to pieces.
What?
He could throw the ball now, but he ain't going to thread them to pieces.
All right, then. Okay. You know, Jacoby Brissett has had 2 games of more than 265 yards passing and 3 touchdowns within this 5-game
But
stretch.
he's still Jacoby Brissett.
How many games like that do you think Kyler Murray had the
What
previous
happened when
season?
was it the Colts game that they completely
Colts
debacled?
game. Yeah, don't worry about that. Game of the week for me, and it will be, I think, for everybody. LA Rams, Seattle Seahawks. And if you told me that this was going to be a battle for the top of the NFC West before the season start, I don't think anyone was going to believe that.
I would believe the Ram portion of it, of them being good, because they have the pieces.
2 years ago,
Sam Darnold, though?
2 years ago, people was talking about McVay retiring and going into the booth to call games and ride off into the sunset like Bill Cowher did because it was pretty much done. Aaron Donald was like deuces, and people was like Matthew Stafford on his last leg.
I feel like Aaron Donald come back this year.
He could. And people were like, they mortgaged the future to win right now. And it worked.
I would have done
because
the same thing.
No, it worked because they won. But after that, people were like, it's done. No, McVay brought the whole thing back. Matthew Stafford is playing legitimately like an MVP. Like, he has to be top 3. And he's got to be, recklessly speculation.
Right, but let's not act like this is the same.
He looking a little young.
Right, but this is not the same Rams team that we saw when they made the Super Bowl.
No,
this
no.
is a completely different team.
He's better.
Yeah. Stafford is.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Stafford is better.
Yeah.
Numerically, Stafford is putting up better numbers. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams is better than Cooper Kupp and an assortment of randoms.
Yeah. No, this is starting to become like that weird situation where you run into the scenario where I didn't know Stafford has been around this long.
Yeah.
He's coming up. He's
You
coming
remember
up on.
he's the last quarterback that was drafted number 1 and got a big contract because they put the rookie scale in after that.
Yeah.
On the other side, and people did this last year, you keep waiting for the bottom to fall out on the Sam Darnold experience. But I feel like every first quarter we look up and him
Sammy good, boy.
and JSN have a whole bunch of yards.
I don't understand Smith and Jigma. I don't.
Do you understand Sam Darnold?
No, what I mean to say is he was good last season. I thought he reached his ceiling. This is a whole new level.
No, he's in Jamar Chase, Justin
Yeah.
Jefferson territory.
Yeah.
Legitimately. He has to be in that conversation.
Very disrespectful as well.
He is?
I mean, Do you see his sideline antics?
Oh, I thought you mean putting him in that conversation is disrespectful.
No.
Okay. So who we got, man? I'm taking Seahawks in this one because
Seahawks.
I want the
got the
Sam
Rams.
Darnold experience to
what?
continue. Okay, Carter, you act like that's unbelievable.
No,
Like,
I mean,
Puka's gonna have a big game.
it's a 2.5.
They're playing at home,
Yeah.
so I just feel like they have the advantage.
who the Rams have on defense?
I don't care.
The people that they're 7-2. The same people from.
It ain't like they
who
lose
only
a lot
lost-
of games.
It's the same people that
Seattle
only
by
lost
2
2
scores.
games.
Okay,
Like 2 scores.
Two
is
scores.
crazy. This game is
by
basically
two scores, as in like 2 field goals.
No, as in 2 touchdowns.
This game is basically a push. You know that, right?
No, 2 touchdowns.
You acting like the Rams defense. I mean, the Rams
Just
offense.
no.
Can't score.
I feel like they don't have a good defense.
Say it again.
2 scores.
Cool.
Who?
Seattle.
Okay. Get the time so we could clip this for next week.
Got you. Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs, must-win game for the Chiefs, although I feel like every week is a must-win game for the Chiefs. Now, this is a game that I think might be 2 scores. Talk about waiting on the bottom to fall out. We will play this entire season, and I feel like I will still have no handle on what the Denver Broncos are.
I don't know what
They
they
don't,
are.
they
either.
don't have a handle on themselves either now.
I don't
They
know.
just go week to week.
They 8-2.
So that's why I'm about to say this is also a must-win game for the Broncos.
This is yes.
This is
No,
a- this is a must-win game for
I was
them.
about to say that. I agree. This is a must-win because you lose this, the Chiefs are going to win the division.
Yes. This is
I 100% agree. At 8-2, this is like the Steelers when they were 11-0.
Mark this day in history when this show airs. This is the first time that an 8-2 team is considered faced with a must-win situation against a team that the Chiefs below 500 or just hovering
just
around
about,
500.
just
They are 1 game above.
This is, but you know what? Y'all ain't wrong.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is how unpredictable I feel about the Broncos. I feel like they could lose one and then lose all the
But
rest.
that's the thing. Look,
And
they
all
lose
the
this,
rest.
Chargers win, Chargers jump them, right? Or something like that. And then Kansas City is only 1 game behind them now. Then all of a sudden, they happen to slip up to Kansas City and later in the season, they jump them.
If they lose 6 in a row, I'm surprised.
I know.
That's possible. That's why they get to make
Portland
sure they win
Sutherland,
too.
terrible too.
I love when you can tell who joined up on fantasy. All right. My Baltimore Ravens hosting the Cleveland Browns. Oh, they got a whole lot of rivalries and history going on here. And as Cardo mentioned,
It's
earlier,
rivalry week. That's literally what this week is.
So why the Dolphins playing the Commanders?
Because they play them in the Super Bowl, maybe?
You have to look that up.
Rivalry from 1972.
Yeah, but that's
That's
why
the
you
only
have,
thing we have.
Yeah. You know they only passed the ball 9 times in that game.
Yeah, Larry's uncle.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm mad y'all know games Larry's uncle playing.
What else?
What else we have?
What else?
I actually saw a meme that made me think about Dolphin fans. It's like my granddad got an undefeated season. My dad got Dan Marino, and I get this BS.
Well, I got Trent Dilfer and a Super Bowl in 2000. I have that in my history.
You did not.
I have that in my history. Brandon Stokely, skinny post, touchdown.
This
Nothing
is-
with Brandon
so-
Stokely.
The Browns are terrible, right? My favorite thing, because this is the only thing, $13 tickets to get into this game.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about the tickets.
$13 tickets.
So here's the thing, right?
Derrick Henry having a terrible season.
I think he have a breakout game. in
Oh,
this one.
they about to win by 2 scores.
Yeah, you gotta go Carter on this one.
2 touchdowns.
Okay, so if this happens, and this would be, I feel like this would be poetic justice, right? Because when Shador and their camp came up with the Ravens wanted to draft me, but I didn't want to go there. Is this the game that he gets to come in
No.
if the Ravens are
No.
blowing them out?
At some point, we gotta have to have weaker in the court in the Bahamas for everything. I need the U.S. Supreme Court to weigh in on this.
I feel like this.
What did Shador Sanders do? Why can't he get in the game? It's no way in the world you look
This-
at Dylan
and this is
Gabriel
the
week
thing.
after week and say
when you
yeah.
look at it, right? It's to the point where you're either gonna say Shador's a starter, but you can't put him in garbage time because it's not gonna be a real reflection. Because if he messes up, it's a lose-lose situation. He can come back and win and say, "Will not win. They're not gonna win this game."
No.
He could come back and have a good throwing performance. But the game was over, and then you just lose. He ain't the quarterback we think he is. Like it ain't no. Sit on the bench, boy.
So everyone's going Ravens, obviously.
Yeah.
Eagles, Lions.
This is a must-win for the Eagles.
They just won last week. Their division's terrible. They
Still
got the
must win.
Cowboys. They got
Because
the Commanders. James
Without a
Daniels
bye
hurt.
in the playoffs, they ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
That's They have to get that bye.
I think the Lions win this game.
I think so too.
I know it's gonna continuously be blown out of proportion. AJ Brown, you got to stay off the streams and talking about how.
I need you to stay on the streams.
Nah, bro.
I need you to stay on the streams. I need you to be very, very active.
It's too late.
No.
Trade deadline gone.
Yeah, nothing. We always got next year.
Oh, okay.
And you know why this is a must win? Lions win, they leapfrog them in the standings. That like a lot of these games, like the Broncos one, we definitely know that's a must win. But
Yeah.
you have to look at the tiebreak procedure. And if the Eagles lose this, then they might drop from the 1 seed to the 3 seed off the rip.
Monday night, Las Vegas Raiders, Dallas Cowboys in Vegas. Cowboys favored 3.5.
That's it?
You know they have the worst. They have
terrible
either the
defense.
worst
Yeah, but they
or the
play the
second
Raiders.
worst
Who
defense.
are the
in the
Raiders?
league. Ashton Genty, Geno Smith.
I would say this, right?
Not enough.
Shout out to YouTube TV for signing up to ESPN because these last Monday night games has been terrible, and they are doing the public a service by not broadcasting these games.
I think this one's going to be terrible too.
Yes.
I think that it's going to be high scoring, but that's because neither one of these defenses
Isn't
could
this?
stop
Hold on.
anybody.
This is the third Monday night game in what, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Come on, NFL.
I don't understand what's happening. Monday Night Football used to be like a legitimate thing. How did we get to the point where you
Because they started putting 2 Monday night games on. You know what they have to do? I know they could flex the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Let's start flexing Monday too.
I'm taking the Cowboys to win. I feel like just based on Carter saying nobody's playing for the Raiders.
To beat the Cowboys?
That's not the flex you think it is.
It's not, but they still got CeeDee Lamb. They still got Doc. They got a chance.
They don't have a defense.
That's okay.
It's not. Clearly, if you look at their record, it's not okay. It's not been okay. They're below 500. Do you see Jerry Jones every
Did you
week
see
up in their
Quentin
booth?
Williams?
Quentin Williams. Yeah, well, we'll see.
This.
John, who you taking?
It's okay.
But I don't care. Like, this is...
That is a perfect way to end the show.
Yeah, this is a game where it's like, I am not going to pay it one bit of mine.
What's the ticket price?
$301.
For what?
It's in Vegas.
In Vegas, brother.
Oh.
The only thing I really...
Oh, no. I didn't know it was in Vegas. If they're in Vegas, yeah, we go into it.
Just saying about the game.
You can't take this Cowboy team to Vegas right now.
No, see, you letting the ghosts of the 90s do that. This Cowboys team ain't doing nothing.
Okay. Shout out to the NFL. They should just cancel the Monday game.
Shout out to us and shout out to the Pirates of Abaco. Y'all have made all week. We'll be back next week.
But if you got the washer and you have the ability to
TVs
transport
too.
it,
You know what?
TVs,
Send us a list. Itemized list and we got you.
I got, yeah, info at 10YS.
Some fans watch. Real fans play. Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook turns every match, every shot, every score into your moment. The better you know the game, the better you play. Now with smarter features and a bigger experience, Everybody Wins Live Sportsbook, built for players who live the game.